The mic's turning up. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Ace Adventure One Shots. Yeah, woo! Oh, so good, so good. So, I
We're off
welcome you
to a
all.
fantastic start.
Yeah, isn't it exciting? I thank everybody for coming once again. This is the series of one shots we're doing in celebration of the Ace Adventure Kickstarter, which has 14 more days left on the what do you call it? The Kickstarter. That's what it's called. It's Kickstarter. Um, and it really is a celebration because if you were here last week, you saw us fund and right now we're actually at 136%, which is very exciting. We're very happy. We're past the first stretch goal, and we're working on stretch goal 2. But tonight it's not really about shilling, because I don't know, you all probably all backed it by now. It's just about having fun. We're going to play Ace Adventure and show you how fun and flexible the system is. The adventure we're running tonight is called The Many Deadly Lovers of Jacques du Monde, which is pretty exciting. Uh, do I not have an NPC list? Oh, it's over here. Okay. The adventure I wrote years ago. Last week we played the first adventure I ever wrote for this system because this is my dream child game that I've been working on for like 8 years. This is an older adventure. It's one of my favorites. It takes place at the first Winter Olympics, which is super fun. Um, I don't have a year written on here, but it doesn't matter because it's an alternate history, which is great. Everyone loves stuff like that, right? Yes, Brian, we love it. Okay, great. Let's see here. Before we get into the background on the adventure, like the plot background, let's go around the table, as it were, and we can introduce our fabulous players. Let's start in my upper left corner. Natalie, tell us a little bit about you.
Me?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Natalie Putum. I'm a professional game master and one half of Charm Person Games, a professional game master service out of Baltimore, Maryland.
Yay! If we go clockwise, we go to the other half of Charm Person Games, Stephanie.
Yeah, you stole my intro, thanks.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I'm Stephanie Allen. I am the other half of Charm Person Games. Like Natalie said, we're a professional game master for hire service out of Baltimore, but obviously we do stuff online as well.
It's exciting. Isn't that great? It's fantastic. Continuing counterclockwise, we have Brian.
Yeah, I'm Brian Souliard. I design games independently as Digital Dessert with 2 S's.
Nice. And finishing off the fun train, we have Wes.
Hi there, I am Wes Franks. I am the creator and I guess host, you could call it, of Carrying Comfort Studios, a Twitch stream here on twitch.tv that does similar actual plays and deep dives and panels and all that good stuff. And also now a freelance writer too. So,
Ooh, that's fun.
yeah, stuff I can't talk about.
Uh-oh. That's exciting. Well, speaking of secrets, let's talk about this amazing adventure that I pulled out of an old binder. I want to be really clear here. I'm not just being lazy tonight. I literally pulled out this old adventure. It's an adventure I always liked, and I realized that despite the changes to the system over the years, the game is flexible enough that I really don't need to do anything to run this game. Like, I need to have some scratch paper. I got some scratch paper right here. But, like, this is all still fine. I love that, you know? I'm tooting my own horn, obviously. I'm tooting the game's horn. But this is a fun, fast game system. It's designed to be that way. And even, like, pulling out an adventure that's years old, which is really probably not finished enough. I couldn't publish it like this. It's really just my notes. It's fine. No worries. All right. So now that I'm done talking about how amazing I and the game is, let's get into how amazing the game is by playing it. As you've noticed on the screen, we've got 4 exciting characters tonight. Natalie and Brian are keeping Ace and Carrie, which is great. Wes joins us as the secondary titular character, Jacque du Monde. And Stephanie is playing a brand new person, someone who is not part of the Flying Royal Flush, someone named Natasha, who we'll learn all about as we play. It's going to be so much fun. Because this is very different type of adventure. This adventure, like I said, takes place at the first Winter Olympics. The first Winter Olympics, because we used to just do the Olympics together, and we cover both seasons at the same time, took place in France. And here's a lot of reasons why the first Winter Olympics took place in France. It was a hot mess, is what it was. Let me tell you, it wasn't a great time between the 2 world wars for a bunch of countries to work together super well. And the person who was the head of the Olympic Committee at the time was French. And there's a mountain that borders France, Switzerland, and wait, let me make sure I get this right, because this is super important. Chamonix. I think it's France, Switzerland, and Germany. Chamonix. Wikipedia. I didn't write this part down. Obviously. I Googled it right now in front of everybody. Okay, there it is. France, Switzerland, and Italy, not Germany. And they just did it on the French side of this mountain that's in 3 countries. It's super exciting, and they're like, look, it's kind of international, and everyone else was like, no, you just picked your own country. It was a mess. So, given how messy it was, crazy thing. You ready for the craziest thing, everybody? President Pierre de Coubertin, who is the existing president of the International Olympic Committee. The games were actually supposed to take place in Amsterdam, and they got moved at the last minute. That's straight out of the history books. What isn't noted in your history books is Pierre de Coubertin used to be a spy himself. In fact, he used to be Jacques du Monde's boss when Jacques was a secret agent for the Third Republic. And considering how crazy things have gotten, at the last minute, President Pierre called Jacques, who has been hanging out over in the United States, and said, Jacques, please, you must come to the Winter Olympics. I need extra eyes. I feel like everything is going to go to shit. Just absolute shit, and I need help so I can retire from this shit post. That's how people in France talk, just in case you didn't know. And that is the background. And Jacques said, okay, I guess, or else he wouldn't be here.
You didn't say we.
What did you say, Jacques? You tell us.
We, I guess.
Great. So, it's a whole international thing, of course, which is great. That was like a really bad sentence, but I don't care. I'm going with it. And I think this is the year that Russia decided not to participate. Yes, we're going to go with that. I'm not going to look that one up. Because, again, everyone's sort of at odds. This is a very weird year. In fact, some of the countries that normally participate in the Olympics decided not to participate because they thought the whole idea of the Winter Olympics was weird. So there's a bunch of countries, but it's not like it is these days. And we're talking about, like, 16 countries, not like 130 countries, you know. Very different Olympics back then. So that's all the background you need, right? Everyone's excited?
Yeah, I'm learning so much about history.
You know, history is messed up. Let me tell you. There's a bunch of, once you start reading about it, you're like, really? That seems weird. And then I just have to sprinkle in a little other stuff, and you're like, that makes more sense now. Really. So, like I said, super exciting stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to use Jacque to, as our character to get the plot moving, and then we'll introduce the other characters. Does that sound good? Yeah, it does. You love it. Also, there's a cat. Cat. I saw the cat before I saw the comment, but I felt like reading it because that's the kind of awesome person I am. So, Jacque. Well, let's ask Jacque. Jacque, you have many friends in the United States. You're part of this royal flush. But for one reason or another, you don't take the entire group with you on this mission. Do you take any of them with you, or do you think they're here for other reasons? Do you think you would ask for help?
Well, of course I would ask for help from certain people in the Royal Flush, because there's only 2 people that I know in the Royal Flush that would appreciate their time in Chamonix.
Oh.
And that would be Ace Adventure herself, and then as well Whitney King. But Whitney King said no, flatly refused. So I guess I invited Carrie. Carrie kind of invited herself.
Okay.
I also said no. I'm just here as part of the Boss American. We've got to cover the Olympics, of course.
Okay.
Sure. Yes, of course. That is the case.
Great. So, Jacque, you fly over with Ace, and you head down to the little Olympic village they set up on the base of the mountain there. There is actually a little village, a literal village there, and they've built up a couple of hotels, essentially, that weren't there before, because this village was a tiny ski town. It was not built for the number of people coming in. And when I say the number of people, I mean like a few hundred people. It's still not like a well-attended Olympics because it's cold and like it got moved at the last minute and it's just kind of a mess. So while there are some people attending for fun, it's not a ton of people. It's not like you might expect. But a few hundred people is certainly enough to make things iffy. So there's like 3 brand new buildings there. They have also built, let's see here, there is La Piste de Bobsleigh de Pèlerin, which means the Pèlerin's bobsled track. They also built Les Trampolines Olympiques de Meaux, which is an Olympic jumping hill. And they built Stade Olympique de Chamonix, which is an equestrian stadium. And on a personal note, I don't understand why that's part of the Winter Olympics. But apparently, when they decided to do the first Winter Olympics, they were like, yeah, we need an equestrian building. That is clearly a winter sport. When things are all said and done.
You've never watched horse skiing?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
But they
Don't they have that crazy one winter sport where it's like 17 different sports?
I
I bet
also
horseback riding is part
looked
of
up
that.
the list of events for reasons that will become apparent later.
Yeah.
And there's no equestrian events.
Right. So
I
they
think
built
they
an
just wanted a
equestrian
horse stadium.
and they used the equestrian stadium for other things. But I couldn't find any equestrian events either. But it's they say it's an equestrian stadium. Listen, I don't know. All right, history's weird. Maybe
Maybe
thought
there's like some opening and closing ceremonies with horses.
they do use it for the opening ceremonies, which
there
is
you
what.
go.
Yeah. But
It's now facts.
why is an equestrian stadium? Anyway, I'm thinking they thought they were going to do something with horses and then they didn't because it was such a shit show. So, Jacque, you fly in with Ace. Enough of us crapping on history. You fly in with Ace. And I think, unless you disagree with me, maybe you would go and try to find President Pierre de Coubertin to get more information on why you're there?
Why,
tell
of
me.
course, yes.
Okay,
That,
good.
that is the second place I would go to after a bar, a trip to the bar first.
Okay, great. Let's do that then. And then, so instead of a nice, elegant introduction to everything, we're going to do a very Ace Adventure introduction to everything. So you show up over there. I'm going to say, Carrie, you're there already because you got work to do. Natasha, you're obviously there already. We're going to introduce you in the best way possible. It's going to be fantastic. Ace, y'all get to Chamonix, and whether spoken or unspoken, Jacque is going to the bar. Would you follow, or would you do your own thing?
I'd do my own thing.
Okay, great. So we're still going to start with my good friend Jacques Dumont. There are bars within the hotels they've set up, as every hotel needs bars, whether they're temporary hotels or not. So you head to a bar and tell us, how are you? What does Jacques look like according to Wes?
So normally Jacques is wearing a suit with like an ascot or a tie. He has like his walking cane that he normally carries with him. But this time, since it is in Chamonix and it is the Winter Olympics, he is wearing a nice leather jacket that's fur inlaid. He's got a turtleneck on, nice gloves. Just very just looks dressed for the occasion. Has on like a toboggan on his head.
Nice.
That's like a watch cap kind of thing.
Okay.
And has his outdoor cane, which is not his normal formal cane with the skull topper on it. It's more of a wooden cane that he carries around with him that he's just dressed ski chic, I guess you could say.
I love it. It's fantastic. And who do you see at the bar but your former protege in the Third Republic, Alouette?
Oh.
Sort of just blending in with the Olympians and other type of people. What do you do?
I go up to the bar next to Alouette, but I do not say anything to her
No.
at the start, just in case Alouette is on business.
Okay.
And I flag down the bartender.
And he comes up to you and he goes, yes, what can I get for you?
Mon frère, might I have myself a vodka martini, please? And we'll make that stirred very dirty, please.
Of course. Makes you the drink. While he's making the drink, Alouette says, she's not looking at you either. I don't need your help. I can do this.
I take the drink from the bartender, not looking at her, but looking at the mirror that's behind the bar. And I sip and I go, I know you're perfectly capable, but it's always good to have an extra set of eyes, no? And I go and I whip out a lighter and light her cigarette that's probably waiting to be lit.
She takes a puff. You have been out of the game a long time. You are now, what they say, celebrity. This is a job for an agent, no?
I've been out of your game for a while, Alouette, but I haven't been out of the game. I've just been playing a different game with different players, different rules, a different board.
Yes, so it's a different game. That is what I'm saying.
I guess it is what you were saying. Well, just know that you have someone in your corner in case you need some help. I'm here as a favor, nothing more.
If that is what you say, nothing more it is then.
Bartender, mon ami, might I have another sidecar for the lady here? And I turn and just like put my back towards the bar and then just scan the room.
Great. We'll go back around in that circle. So we started with Wes, but we'll continue clockwise. Ace. So you get there and you decide you're going to do your own thing. What is that? First of all, tell us what Ace looks like.
Ace, she dresses very anachronistically. She tries her best to dress as modern as she can with the clothes available at the time, because she's a time traveler from the far future year of 2020. And I think that she's in like her normal flight jacket, but she has like a big, thicker scarf and a big, kind of ugly, fuzzy hat with a giant pom-pom on the top.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And when Jacques asked her to do this, she was like, well, I'm kind of famous. I can't just blend in, you know. So she is going to be the pilot for the American bobsled team.
Oh, okay.
It turns out they needed someone anyway. And she's like, I could do that. So she is going to go meet with the bobsled team.
So when you say the pilot, do you mean that you flew them to France, or is that like a bobsledding position?
It's a bobsled team term.
Oh,
it's the person
okay.
who steers the bobsled.
Yeah, obviously, that is what you're doing.
If it's fast and can be steered, Ace is going to steer it. Like,
great, that's great. So you go and you track down the Americans who are having their pre-opening ceremony meeting, and you see the let's see here, Coach Joe, Wisconsin, who is he's a coach. He is known as a football coach, but he coached college football and then he went into retirement. But they got him as sort of like the liaison of all coaches for the first Winter Olympics. And he's given a big speech. He's like, this is very important. You know, you got to win for America. And, you know, we hear the Russians are going communist, and that's no good. We can't be a part of that. So make sure you beat anybody whose name kind of sounds Russian, just in case they snuck in. You know, and everyone's like, yeah! And as it sort of like breaks up, you're able to find your bobsled team members. Larry, Mo, and Winston. Because there's 4 people on a bobsled, I think.
Yeah, and modern ones. I don't know how many in the 1920s.
Yeah, we got to go with the same
it's fine.
thing. Yeah, Larry, Mo, and Winston are your bobsled members, and they start like they're so excited that you made it, you know, because obviously their last teammate, Curly, got sick at the last minute and couldn't do it anymore. So they're like, oh, you know, I have Ace Adventure as our pilot. This is going to be great. You know, nothing can go wrong. And Joe Wisconsin will come up and sort of pat you on the back, and he congratulates you for being there as well. And he goes, "Come here for a second, kid. I want you to meet somebody."
Yeah, sure.
And he's gonna bring you up to this very skinny-looking young guy, and he goes, Ace, this is our new Wonder Kid, all right? Not like Wunder Kid, that's German. Wonder, okay, with a W. This is Charles Dutra. I didn't make up the name. This is a real person. Charles Dutra. He's amazing speed skater. No one's ever heard of him. We found him in Jersey. And he's just going to, like, blow everybody out of the water. They're not going to be able to expect him. And so this like, skinny kid, you know, just, like, he reaches up and he's just, wow, Ace Adventure, it's a real honor.
The honor's mine. That's so great to meet someone who's going to represent us on such a big stage.
Oh, yeah, it's, you know, they just tell me I get on the ice and I just go fast as I can.
That's That's usually what I do when I'm in a bad situation too.
Hey, that's cool. All right. Um,
Got to
so
go fast, right? Oh, you don't have that one yet. Your great grandkids are going to love that one. Um,
hey, Carrie,
Yes.
might you be there to take pictures at such a pre-meeting?
Yeah, I was just about to say I'm definitely there because as a member of the American news media, it's my job to relentlessly cover everything that's going on with the American team and ignore the rest of the competitors in the Olympics.
Absolutely. Will you remind our audience what Carrie looks like?
Carrie's a very fashionable reporter. She's wearing a long winter coat and has just a fabulous scarf. And still her standard like reporter trilby style hat
Great.
because you gotta look the part.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So go ahead, insert yourself into the scene like only you can.
Yeah, Carrie wanders over to the conversation. Oh, Ace. I was worried there wouldn't be enough to cover in this Olympics. Now I know for sure there's going to be some great news.
well, I flew Jacque here, so there might be something.
Jacque, yeah. Do you? I would not have necessarily. I mean, I guess he is French, but he's not competing, is he?
Oh no, nothing like that. Well, just keep an eye out. You might get a good scoop.
Well, I'll do so. I don't know if the Boston American will be interested in that, but it sounds like our a skating team that's a very exciting development.
Yeah.
This new
Get a
skater.
picture with me and the Wonder Kid.
Oh,
Guaranteed to
absolutely.
get your picture on the front page.
Absolutely.
And Charles gets all excited, and he gets right in next to you, Ace,
Yep.
and big old smile.
Yeah, I get a whole series of pictures.
Fantastic. And you hear like Coach Joe walks away and he's talking to people and he says ridiculous things like, "Somebody get this kid a sandwich." And I think that's a great time to meet Natasha. Now, Stephanie, please tell us, what does Natasha look like? I think you're still muted.
Yes, thank you. I think Natasha is slightly tall. She's like maybe 5'6", 5'5".
Mm-hmm.
And I think she has like dirty blonde hair and very bright blue eyes and like just impeccable fashion. Very cutting edge. And dressed probably a little less warmly than most, but it doesn't seem to bother her.
Cool. Awesome. And it's the day before the no, it's the morning of the opening ceremonies. I think that's what I said earlier, so let's stay consistent. And I gave you the sort of the rundown of everything. Where do you think Natasha might be?
Wherever something exciting is happening. So
Okay.
I probably
So
amongst all the preparations, I guess.
yeah, so maybe perhaps you are wandering outside as there's so many Olympic athletes, and they've set up an ice skating rink sort of outside last minute, and out on the rink there are some people warming up. There is. Oh, that's funny. Sorry. Just reading one of my notes and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be great later. Oh, here we go. You see Helene Engelmann and Alfred Berger. They're Austrians. They're figure skaters, and they're practicing their their dual moves. Alfred is always Helene's partner, but Helene also does some solo stuff. In fact, she's won gold medals in Olympics past. She's sort of well known, and you see members of the international press out there photographing them as they practice their routine out on the newly formed rink. What do you think about that?
I think that I would probably go over to the rink and just lean on the fence and be very obviously watching kind of thing, watching them intently, but also kind of looking around, seeing who else is here, who is watching, who's very pointedly not watching, getting a scope.
You you know what? Let's do a roll. Let's do our first roll of the night. It's a great time to. We're going to use overcome an obstacle. We're going to use overcome an obstacle as sort of a perception check. Sort of look around and see who seems a little bit different, who seems like somebody worth looking at. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a difficulty for figuring this out. It's just a number.
Okay.
Okay, I have set the difficulty. And what you're going to do is you are going to look at your character sheet, and you're going to look at your approaches that you have, which is in the very top left, and you're going to tell me which of your approaches describes how Natasha looks around to try to discern who might be interesting.
I feel like charming.
I think charming is
a good one
fair.
here?
Absolutely. So then you're going to take your fate dice, your digital fate dice that you have, and you're going to roll and add your charming. For people at home, that's +1. And you're going to tell me what number you get.
So the result is a +4. I rolled a 3, and I have a 1 in charming.
Okay, that's really good. In fact, officially, that's great. Great is the official word for a +4. Now, because I am a good GM, I will ask you. Do you think +4, which is the best that some people can ever do, is good enough to notice? Because there are a couple of things you could do if you wanted to make it better. But
What are my options?
okay. Well, let's get into the options then. So everyone starts with 2 fate points, as I've noted on your character sheets.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to, you could spend a fate point. I would ask you to justify it, and we'll get into that when we spend the fate point. And by doing so, you would either get to add 2 to your roll, which would bump it up to nigh impossible, or you would get to re-roll your roll and try to get that +4. Now, the designers behind Fate Accelerated don't actually recommend re-rolling unless you get a -3 or -4. But they're not here, and you are. This choice is all in your hands.
I think I'll hold on to my fate points for now, and we'll just go with the +4 on the roll.
That's a great call. That's a good idea. So I set the difficulty at 1.
Okay.
So yes, the 4 is good. In fact, as those of us who joined us last week remember, succeeding by 3 or more means that you did not just succeed, but you succeeded with style. And when you succeed with style on overcoming an obstacle, not only do you overcome the obstacle, but you gain a fate point. So now you have 3 fate points, not 2, which is very exciting. I'm excited for you. You look around, and you do notice some things. 1, Helene, the female figure skater for Austria, seems to be phoning it in. Other people probably don't notice because she's just amazing, but she is kind of looking around herself while still doing amazing figure skating. 2, Alfred is annoyed about something. He is trying really hard, but he's frustrated. He's not a happy camper right now. And 3, There is a man with a big, bushy mustache on the other side of the skating rink, leaning on it just like you are. And he is both looking at you and looking at them. But he has taken notice of you. But he's trying not to show that he's taken notice of you.
Well, I don't know why he would, try to not take notice of me.
It's a good question. I wonder how you could find out.
Yeah. I think I am going to just look directly at him, and until I catch his eye, make eye contact with him.
Oh, you do. You catch his eye, and he kind of straightens up a little bit, and you notice when he does so that he's a very broad-shouldered individual. He's probably a fairly muscular man, and he kind of gives you a smile and a wink.
I will smile in the most inviting manner I know how.
Ooh. Are you trying to influence him in some way?
Yeah, I think I'm sending him an invitation to come and talk to me.
That's great. That's great. We're gonna roll another time.
All right.
In fact, we're gonna roll an attack. This is because
I like that.
Yeah, it's because attack doesn't have to be physical. It can be mental and it can be emotional. And you're trying to get this individual sort of under your sway to an extent. So, looking at your approaches, which approach do you think best describes how you are attacking him right now?
I feel like charming again.
Okay, great.
I feel like very good. Yeah.
But this time it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to set a difficulty. I'm going to look at this person's statistics that I have here, and I'm going to roll for him to see if he can withstand your wiles. So we're going to have a roll off.
Okay.
And since you are the attacker, you're going to reveal your number first.
I rolled a 0, so it's just a +1.
Okay, 1. A 1 is better than mediocre. Now, before I reveal my number, you get to tell me whether you are content with your 1.
Yeah, I think I am for now.
Okay, cool. I also got a 1. So you tied. And when we tie on an attack, you succeed, and the GM makes a story move. This is kind of like how when we play Monster Hearts, the reactions that I have in Monster Hearts.
Okay.
Or you fail, and the GM cannot. It's your choice.
I succeed.
Okay, great.
Let's make this interesting.
All right. So he has. I reveal now that this individual has more than one hitbox. So you feel one of his hitboxes, and he comes over. And he's got a British accent, but I can't do that very well, so I'm not going to. It's a very stuffy British accent, and he says, what is a beautiful woman like yourself doing here in one of the shittiest parts of France?
Oh, but it's the Olympics. It's very exciting. Winter Olympics only. It's like being back home.
And he says, oh, really? You were excited by athletic gestures?
How could I not be?
And he goes, well, I happen to be part of the British bobsled team.
Oh, are you really?
And he puts out his hand and he says, Major Alexander Whitmore Colquhoun Richardson at your service.
You may call me Natasha. I have many other names, but Natasha is enough.
And as you put your hand out, he'll take it and he'll kiss your hand.
I am delighted.
And he goes, it's interesting, I didn't think any of the Russian delegation was here.
Oh, I am not here as a Russian, unfortunately. I mean, I am always as a Russian. Look, you can hear it in my voice, yes. But no, I am here as a Russian Canadian.
Oh, a Canadian, our neighbors across the sea. Well, at least you're not American.
Oh, yes, thank goodness. Still the part of the Commonwealth. I have a queen now instead of a czar. So, or a king now instead of the czar.
I love it. I love it. So, I don't want to fast forward too much. I want to give everyone an opportunity to get done what they'd like to get done in these first introductory scenes. So let me just jump back to Jacque real quick. Jacque, you were talking with Alouette. Is there anything that you want to get out of that first scene before you move on?
No, I understand that Alouette, with previous interactions with Alouette, that no matter how much prodding or poking, I'm not going to get anything out of her.
Okay.
So I guess I should go ahead and make my way over to find the president.
Excellent.
And the what he needs.
And if you talk to some staff people, you find out that they set him up with an office sort of overlooking the equestrian stadium. So he's not that hard to find, as he is the man in charge. Ace, what about you? Do you think there's more that you need to establish with the Americans, or do you feel like you're okay in that scene?
I think I'm okay in that scene.
And Carrie, you're in that same scene. What about you?
I kind of wanted to see what Jacque was up to. I already expected him since
Okay.
he asked me to be here, but then I see him run off, move off to the to go off to talk with the president or
So Jacque
of the
was in a
Olympics
completely different building.
Oh, he's in a completely different building?
Yes, because you were with the Americans, and Jacque was in more of a social area.
I see.
But you could just go looking for Jacque if you want to.
I'll go looking for Jacque.
Great. And as we tend to run by comic book physics here, we're going to let you find him. It's going to be great. And not finally, Natasha, are you happy with that introduction to Major Richardson, or is there more you want to do out at the ice skating rink?
Nothing specific. I probably would keep talking and flirting with him for a while.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't like, I'm not leaving until I find out what his secret agenda is or something. Okay, great. That's all. Everyone gets their chances to be crazy and fun. It's going to be a great time. So, Jacque, you head out and you head over to the equestrian stadium. You talk to a couple of people, and soon you are up in President Pierre de Corbin's office, which is they just built these buildings. So the office is, it's obviously it's very bare. It's got a really nice desk, a fine seat, a sort of a not an armoire, but like one of those things you would put fine china in. Yes, you know what I'm talking about? With the glass windows? It's a china cabinet filled with all sorts of personal effects. The French flag on one wall, the Olympic flag on another wall. Very bare bones sort of deal. And he's got a glass of alcohol in one hand, and he's got a cigarettes in another. And he goes, "Oh, Jacque, thank goodness you're here." And he comes right up to you and he goes, "Kiss and kiss."
Kiss.
Yeah.
Pierre.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm wondering if, as I was going out to find Jacque, if I saw him heading off here.
Yeah.
Towards the
I was gonna let you see him like in a window, but if you want to insert yourself early, that's cool.
I was thinking this might be a good story here, so maybe I'll try to sneak below the window and listen in.
Oh, okay. Let us get a roll in to see if you can get into a good position to hear all these fine intelligence secrets. This is going to be overcoming an obstacle. I will set a difficulty for sneaking under the President of the Olympics window.
All right.
I have set this difficulty. What approach do you think you were using?
Sneaky.
Sneaky, great. Go ahead and roll for me.
That'll be a 2.
Okay. Are you content with your 2?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That's what I said. I said 2. So you've tied. And when you tie on overcoming an obstacle, the GM may declare that you are still successful, especially if it moves the story forward. If successful, the GM makes 2 story moves. If you fail, the GM makes 1 story move. So this is entirely up to me. I'm going to just review my story moves real quick and decide how much fun I want to have.
Isn't this a tie?
This is a tie. Did I read the failure? I did read the failure. Thank you. Good call. So you're already so good at this game, you knew that was wrong. Tie. You overcome the obstacle, the immediate obstacle, but reveal a new one. Or the GM makes the story move. GM's choice. Thank you. I read the wrong thing. You're so good at this game, Brian. Let's see here.
The rules are so simple.
You know, they kind of are. You can overcome the obstacle, but reveal a new one where the GM makes another story move. It is. That's a good one. It's such a good one. But I don't think it works here, because if I put a new obstacle in your path, you kind of didn't overcome the initial obstacle because you're trying to get in position. So I'm going to let you, so you're going to overcome the obstacle and I'm going to make a story move. That's what we're going to do. Because I don't want to put yet another thing in your way to get into position. That's not really... It's not really winning. It's not. I don't like that. It's no good. All right. Now that Brian's done talking to themselves, let's see here. Ooh. Let's use the story move. Reveal the truth, then make it personal. So you sneak into place. You sneak by the few staff members who are sort of like watching the equestrian stadium, and you are right underneath the sort of raised office that they've set up for Pierre. And as you sit there and start to listen, you notice another person is already hiding in the shadows there. And you see their press credentials as well. It is another reporter, and they appear to be from France. Yes, and they do it. They do this the shush finger right back at you and kind of give you a wink.
Yeah.
Great. Love it. Okay. So, oh yeah, we're in the office. Look, I'm so glad you are here, Jacque. Oh, what a shit show this is. It's just absolute shit everywhere. Goes, we have received intelligence that there are agents here trying to ruin the Olympics.
Ruins the Olympics?
Yes. We think there is going to be a murder.
Has anyone told these Olympics that they have Pierre Coubertin running the Olympics? They are already ruined.
Oh, you're so funny. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Hey!
But I jest. No, of course. But there's rumors that there's going to be a murder happening?
Yes. A murder. They are going to kill someone. Is going to kill one of the Olympic athletes, someone high profile. So, to make a statement, we do not know who. Perhaps it is the Russians, as they did not get invited. Perhaps it is anarchy trying to show that they are still a formidable force after the First World War. We do not know. We have so little intelligence, and we start tonight, Jacque. Jacque, tonight is the opening ceremonies.
Do not worry. I am here for you. I am not the only one here for you as well. I don't know if you heard, but I brought along a friend of mine.
Oh, who did you bring?
The one, the only Ace Adventure.
Oh, fuck you! What are we supposed to do with Ace Adventure? Ace Adventure, jump in a plane, go fight giant monsters. This is not the job for Ace Adventure. This is the job for Jacques Dumont.
I will have you know right now that not only does it take a nimble hand and a deft touch to be able to fly an airplane, but it also takes that same thing to solve a murder or prevent one. Now, am I the best secret agent that you've ever had on your within your group? Yes, could be. But Ace Adventure will be good backup to have just in case things hit the fan.
Hey, Jacque, since you trust this Ace Adventure, and, technically we are both out of the spy game, I trust you too. You must use your judgment, but I worry that you have gone weak in this America. Trusting the Ace Adventure.
No. I have not gone weak, nor soft. I've just become wise in my age. As I'm hoping you have too, old man.
Oh, old man. You call me old man. And banter ensues. Tell me, Jacque, what do you need from me? Whatever you need from me, I give it to you.
Well, you're worried that one of your athletes might be murdered.
Yes.
And you're worried that it's one of the other countries or perhaps anarchy trying to do it.
Yes.
I think that there's only one way to make sure that none of this happens.
Yes.
I have to get my boots on the ground. I have to have full access to every single part of the campus.
So what? You want me to get you a volunteer, armband?
I was thinking something a little bit more competitive. No?
You want to compete in the Olympics? Are you fucking crazy?
Now. I know that it sounds crazy, but if you do remember, I was a championship curler back in the day.
Is there curling? I don't know that curling exists yet. I mean,
It's in the list.
It was not a real sport at the time, but they were given medals. And it
Oh,
was,
yeah,
50
curling,
years later
yeah.
that the Olympic Committee was like, no, yeah, that was legit.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got it on my list here, too. And he goes, okay, what the shit? I'll put you on the curling team.
You won't even know that I'm here. I might not even compete, but it'll be good. It'll be think of it as a deep cover.
I love that we've all apparently looked up the events individually at this point. What is all? Great. I don't know what happened to my accent. It went all over the place in that.
It's
scene.
fine.
Jacque, so you get what you need, and you find your way out.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you don't. Maybe you sit around and drink for a while. You tell me.
No, I think it would not be forthcoming for one of the French curlers to be hanging out with the president of the Olympic Committee.
Yeah, probably not. He's already in enough trouble.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah. He's got to go deal with a horse stable or something like that.
That's what he's in. Don't understand. So once Jacque sort of leaves, Carrie, what do you do?
After Jacques leaves, does the president say some revealing information out loud to himself that he doesn't want Jacques to know?
No, he does not.
All right. In that case, I'm going to start to move away, but I'm going to try to get a good look at this other reporter. I don't know if it's someone I recognize.
I don't think you do. I don't know that Carrie has is normally on the international scene. But
She did work. She did report on World War One.
Okay. I will tell you definitively that no, I don't like that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Natalie's favorite thing. Grab my smiley face die. All right, let's let the smiley face die decide. Let's keep it fair. Because this isn't really a skill. There's something about this person, this young woman, she seems vaguely familiar, but you're not sure if you know her or she just has one of those faces.
All right. I assume she'll be leaving as well, so I'm going to sort of go back with her a bit, try to get to know her a
Okay.
bit better. It's if
So-
we're both part of the press corps here.
So as you both sort of like sit there, she kind of stares at you, and she doesn't say anything, and it gets a little awkward. It seems like she's waiting for you to leave first,
All right. Well,
but you certainly don't have to.
I'll sort of do a shall we motion.
Like yeah. And she goes, she kind of like, you can tell she's thinking about it, and she kind of looks around, and she shrugs, and she goes, okay, she agrees, and starts to move out.
All right. So once we're out of range of being detected and
Mm-hmm.
getting in trouble, I'll introduce myself. Carrie Weld, Boston American.
And she says, "Oh, Carrie, I have heard of you. You take the pictures of the Ace Adventure, no?"
That's right.
I can't think of any French names that don't sound like a name that we're already using. Hey, someone give me a French name.
Emily?
Emily.
Veronique.
What did you say, Wes?
Veronique.
Veronique.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Veronica, but
I love that.
That's
I've never heard that
French,
before.
yeah.
We're gonna use that one. I love it. Veronique. She goes, I am Veronique Le Paris.
Seems I'm not the only reporter here trying to get all of the details of the Olympics.
Well, lots of things happen very last minute. There are bigger stories here than those who can spin around very fast.
Yes, that is indeed the case, and it sounds like there might be an even bigger story afoot. You wouldn't know anything. You haven't heard anything else about this murder
She goes,
Have you?
"Oh,
from one journalist to another.
I have heard many things, but you have better believe an American newspaper is not going to get the headline first."
Well, I don't think the people back home are going to be reading the French newspaper, so
Okay, let's
I'm not
roll.
too worried.
Let's roll an attack, and see if we can convince Veronique to give over her information. Um, would you say that you're rolling a charming attack?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll for me.
Ooh, that's a 2 again.
Okay. I will roll against you. Oh, right, great. Where are my dice? There they are. All right, are you content with your 2?
I think I want to spend one of those fate points.
Okay,
I think this falls under the umbrella of being a peppy freelance photographer.
great. Yeah, I think this is very much in the photographer wheelhouse. So you spend a fate point. Are you re-rolling or adding 2?
I'll add 2.
Great. So now you're at great. Are you content with great?
Yes.
I got a 0 total.
Oh, okay.
So you succeed on your attack, and you succeed with style. When you succeed with style, not only do you damage the target, filling it. Oh, I'm sorry. You damage the target, either filling a hitbox and creating a conditional aspect, which is very much like a condition when we play Monster Hearts Stephanie, or you can create a conditional aspect with a free use.
We'll do the second.
Okay. So, what kind of aspect would you like to create?
Given the situation, I think something like forthcoming,
Forthcoming.
or I
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh.
Yeah.
I
Or maybe
love it.
something along the lines of, we're all part of the press here. We're all sort of in this together.
Okay. And she takes off her press cap, and she says, All right, I cannot keep up the charade any longer. I am not a member of the press. I am Secret Agent Alouette, former protege of Jacques Dumont. But you cannot tell him that you saw me there.
Why is there some drama between you and Jacques?
Yes, of course.
That sounds like Jacques.
Because I loved him once. But now I must only love France.
And are you? I mean, given that you were listening in on him, you're not here with the president of the Olympics.
He goes, of course I am. But for some reason he calls Jacques. We do not need Jacques. I am here. I can do this. I just must make sure that he's not telling Jacques something that I need to know. I do not like this distrust.
Let's make it difficult to be a spy then.
Oh, you're a very funny American.
Well, all right. And you think that there's something to this plot then?
She goes, oh yes, the plot. The plot is very real. Perhaps Miss Wilde, and she takes out a little piece of paper. She writes something on it. You can come see me in my room later. The eyes of a reporter could be very valuable, and we could exchange what we see, and she'll pass you the piece of paper.
I'll take it, and the pleasure would be mine.
Great. And it's a building number and a room number.
Perfect.
Good scene. What a great scene. Isn't that fun? Does anybody have something they want to do before the opening ceremonies? Okay. All right, love it. So the opening ceremonies suck. It snows during them. They try to do this parade from one end of the Olympic Village into the equestrian stadium, of all the different Olympians in their flag. But some of the people who have come to watch the Olympics don't even come to watch the opening ceremonies because it's snowing and it's like a storm. It's really awful. Raise your hand. Actually, Ace is now an Olympian marching. Jacque is now an Olympian marching. Carrie, are you gonna get out there despite the storm and try to get some pictures?
I think it's important, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Natasha? It's a real storm during the opening parade. Where would you be?
I think that I would be there at first. I think I probably would eventually leave if most people are leaving. I'm not gonna stay where the people aren't. But you can just stick it out longer than most, because
Okay.
They
And
rush
when you
it.
leave, if what they're doing is they're going into the equestrian stadium for opening comments by the president, and then there's sort of a mixer for. It's supposed to be for the athletes. Would you leave towards the hotels, towards the equestrian stadium?
I think I would have stayed long enough the parade. I think I would have seen Jacques in the parade and been like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, okay.
And then I would have gone to the mixer inside.
Would you try to make eye contact with Jacques, or would you try to not have Jacques see you?
I think I would try to catch his eye.
Okay, great. So we're
Be
gonna
like,
let
I see you.
that'll be a free action then. And Jacques, you see Natasha. It's been a little while, maybe. Yeah,
I think a few years.
a few years. And everyone ends up in the equestrian stadium for the mixer, because I'm not going to attempt to make a speech as the president. I think that would not be a waste of everyone's time. Now that we're in the mixer, though, and everyone I have mentioned is there. There's only one person who I haven't mentioned yet that I need to mention. There they are. Okay, great. There's plenty of people in this adventure. Plenty of people in this adventure. It's exciting. Now I get to cross one of them off because Veronique Paris is not a real person. The one person that a lot of you would know, who's also there, is our Thorleif Hog. I did not manage to stick Thorleif Hog in any of the earlier scenes. They are a Norwegian skier, former merchant marine, have amazing long flowing hair, and they are like a great skier, much like Helene Engelman, the Australian figure skater. They're sort of here to win gold. They've already won gold in the past. People assume they're going to win gold again. And now I've introduced all of the NPCs that you need to know about. Secrets. And who haven't we heard from for a while? Ace, what would you like to do during this mixer?
Ace is going to go up to the bar, and France is very close to Belgium, and she's just been outside in the freezing cold, and get a Belgian hot chocolate.
Oh, yes, of course they have. So you try to order a Belgian hot chocolate, and they say, no, we have French hot chocolate.
Okay, fine.
And the bartender goes, your accent, you're American?
Yeah, Ace Adventure.
Oh, yes, I've heard
Clearly
of you.
you've heard of me. I saved your country a few years back.
Oh, yes. Do you want me to put alcohol in your French chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're at the bar and you're having your adult hot chocolate. And what do you do?
I think I'm kind of just like looking to make small talk. You know that like when like you turn around in your seat at the bar and you're like,
Yeah.
someone noticed me and come and talk to me.
Oh, great. Well, let's have you talk to Thorleif since we haven't had
Okay.
no one's gotten to talk to Thorleif yet. So Thorleif goes up and he orders his, what do they like in Norway? They like beer. He gets his beer and he notices you and he says, who are you? I am Thorleif.
Ace Adventure. Nice to meet you.
Oh, very good to meet you. Are you in an event?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the American bobsled team.
Bobsledding, very interesting sport. Have to rely on other people in your wooden boat on the mountain.
Yeah, I've never really done it before, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
I'm sorry, you said you've never... I can't do a Norwegian accent, and I forgot to even try. I don't know what his accent is. And he goes, what, you've never done it before?
Yeah, but how hard could it be?
I think it is very hard, because there are 3 other people with you. You know, when you're skiing, it's just you, and you have full control, but in the bobsled, you have to work as a team.
Yeah, I mean, back a few years ago, I landed a plane with no wings. So, like, you know, I'd never done that before, and it worked out fine. So,
And he smiles, and he pats
a
you on the
bobsled's
shoulder.
basically a plane with no wings when you think about it.
And he goes, that's a good, funny joke. What is his accent? He goes, I like you, Ace Adventure. You're so...
I like you too, Thorleif. I like your hair.
Oh, thank you. It's all, you know, just the way it is, but it suits me.
It's good.
Sorry, I saw your note in the chat, Stephanie, and it makes me laugh.
Every time you said it, every time the word bobsled's been said, it's had to like physically restrain myself.
And guess, yeah, someone else approaches you, Ace Adventure, and it's Major Alexander Whitmore Colquhoun Richardson. He goes, did I hear someone... Now he's Australian. This is just the worst night for accents. He's British, okay? He's British, he's got a mustache. And he goes, did I hear someone mention bobsledding?
That's me.
He goes, Major Alexander Whitmore Calhoun Richardson, at your service of British bobsled team.
Oh, Major, did you serve in the war?
I did, and your Ace Adventure.
I am.
He goes, I'm so surprised to see you here, but I shouldn't be, you know? The winning countries know how to treat their veterans. You put them back on the front lines whenever possible.
It's going to be a fun one.
And he goes, you know, we let the Austrians compete, which is on the spirit of unitedness. But I don't know. It was just a little while ago that I feel like we were fighting them still.
You know, I think it might be a good idea to make good friends with the Austrians now. Like,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, we wouldn't want another one of those wars, right?
never again.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. You know, between you and me, Whitney King built the American bobsled.
I do not know who that is.
Don't worry about it. She's great.
Okay. Great. So, Ace, you're having your fun conversation. What's Jacque doing, Jacque?
I feel like Jacques in the corner of the room after making eye contact with Natasha, and he's straight up like Charlie Day from Always Sunny in Philadelphia when he's in the restaurant looking around, but like he's currently like probably holding a plate of finger food and then like a martini, and he's probably got somebody from the French bobsled team. I imagine this like the shorter guy, just like or the curling team, talking to him, and he's not even paying attention. He's just like head on a swivel, just like trying to keep his eyes out for Natasha.
Well, in such a case, Natasha, would you like to approach and join the scene? Or would you like to not approach?
I think I like the idea of making Jacques squirm.
Okay,
So I think
great.
I will. I think what I'll do is I will make him think I'm approaching.
Mm-hmm.
I will I'll go and pass very close by while I go to like get a drink or like take something off of like an hors d'oeuvre off of a tray, some waiter walking by,
Mm-hmm.
and I will very pointedly not look at him, but just like kind of circle in the room. I know he's uneasy and I'm enjoying it.
Oh, great. How do you feel about that, Jacques?
I think the first time she does it, Jacques looks at Jean,
Yeah.
the guy talking to him. He's like, "Shut the fuck up, Jean. Go get some fucking finger sandwiches." And just like, and then he's like, "Oh," and then the paranoia again, and then it comes back close around again and goes to the, "Oh." It's just but he's never gonna make the first move. He's too cool for that, even though he's like clearly sweating right now.
Yeah, I think at one point she like makes very direct eye contact and just winks and then keeps going.
Just, like squeezes the martini glass and it breaks in his hands.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Are we all of us in the equestrian center at the mixer?
Yeah, everybody's in there somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. I at some point would probably be would notice two rather famous people at the bar and maybe want to join them.
We talked about the scene that just happened a second ago. Yeah, yeah. So, so great. You approach the bar, and yes, there's a number of Ace, and I've been told in the chat. Thank you, Evil's Not Bag, that it's not Thorleaf, it's Torleif.
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 Oh, that's how I'm. Torleif.
I like
Torleif.
it. It's cool.
Torleif, maybe.
Torleif. I'm gonna say Torleif for
Torleif.
now.
Torleif.
Yes,
Torleif.
Cool. Thank you very much. I think that's awesome.
I think I'll do the thing where you're like, you don't want to directly approach them, you want to be invited to approach them. So I'll probably like lean at the bar, like very close to both of them, and like order a vodka, like a vodka martini probably, and just like very obviously lean over and then like turn around and do the same move that like Ace just did a minute ago. Like, just, I'm here, somebody noticed me and talked to me.
I think Ace definitely notices you. Like
Oh,
you feel
fun.
Ace like looking you up and down.
Just turn and smile. Hello, good evening.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
It's pretty shit night so far. They storm and everything, but
Yeah. I don't know if I would have signed up for that parade if I could have gotten out of it.
Oh, you are an athlete.
Uh,
You are
Yeah,
parading. Oh, okay. What is your sport?
bobsled.
Bobsled. Oh, I've meeting so many bobsledders today.
I thought the Russians weren't here.
Oh, yeah, we're not. I am a Russian Canadian.
Oh, okay, cool. I love the Canadians.
They're
Maple
pretty
syrup,
great. Yeah, I think so.
Mounties.
I think Major Alexander will kind of wink at you, Ace, and he'll take Thorleif and go talk to him over
Oh,
somewhere else so you could. Oh.
and there go the men.
Well, it could just be us.
Well, I mean, it's not bad company. It's true.
What's your drink?
It's vodka martini. You know, stereotypes. Sometimes they're true.
A little bit. And I gesture to the
Bartender?
bartender and be like, vodka martini for the lady, please.
But of course.
Thank you, darling. I am Natasha.
Ace.
And she hits you her hand like kind of like that, like she expects you to take it and kind of kiss it. She's not really expecting to shake your hand.
I think Ace gives a big handshake.
You must be American.
Yeah, you spend that many years as a test pilot and pilot in the wars. It's,
Oh.
you go spending that much time around rough people. I'm not so good at the finer things. That's Jacque's business.
Yes, this is Jacque's business. How do you know Jacque?
Oh, he does stuff with clearly word of the front flying royal flush has gotten up to Canada, right?
Oh yes, I have heard of you. I did not want to come across like a fangirl or something. I apologize. Big stupid.
Yeah.
I know who you are. I'm
He's
sorry.
part. Yeah, we fly together sometimes. Fight giant monsters.
Yes.
Fight for social justice, all that stuff.
Very good cause, yes.
Hang out in Boston.
I've never been to
Did you hear
Boston.
about that giant turtle we fought? We saved Providence?
I saw some, yes, I saw the very interesting illustrations in the paper.
Yeah.
Apparently, the local paper could not get rights to photographs or something, so someone drew a picture.
Yeah, well,
Lies.
Okay, that's a great introduction, though. Carrie, what are you doing at the party?
Oh, I think I would see. I want to talk to Jacque. I see him over there looking incredibly uncomfortable.
Okay.
So I think I'll just go right up to him and like, "Hey, Jacque."
Carrie, and then like Jacque's gonna grab Carrie by like the shoulder and like kind of like bring Carrie closer and be like, "I'm sorry, I did not mean to grab you as such, but it's very important. It's very important.
Oh yes.
I have a mission for you. Not a mission, a scoop.
Ooh. I will like those. Tell me more.
All right, I know you like scoops. Do you see that woman over there? Slightly tall, attractive, eyes that could burn right through you.
Which one?
That one, the one that's talking to Ace right now." And I
Yes.
kind of like turn Carrie's head towards. Do you see her?
Mm-hmm.
She's the devil. She can ruin your life. She'll destroy you. She's wonderful.
Oh yeah, you had a thing with her, huh?
How did you? It's that obvious. No.
There's a pattern with you, is all.
There was this one time in Prague. No. You're much too young for that. Carrie,
Yes.
I need you to find out why she's here.
It seems like you have a lot of lovers who are here.
That is not important. You are not incorrect, but that is not important right now. What is important is that that woman could potentially be tied to something of international security.
But so if of all of your former lovers that are here, she's the one to watch out for.
You are so hung up on the lovers thing. Yes. Let's put it this way. Ace could potentially be in danger right now.
Well, all right. In that case, I'll make my way over there. You continue to stay here and look cool.
Carrie. Come on.
Yes.
Do let me know if she asks about me. Don't make it obvious or anything like that. Don't be like, oh, do you know a Jacque du Monde? Be like, oh, yes.
Are you sure she has some secrets of international importance?
Of course she does. Of course she. Look at her.
All right. It just seemed like there might be something else on your mind.
There is nothing else on my mind except for protecting the athletes and performing in this curling competition and winning a gold medal.
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, I'll talk to her.
Carrie, one more thing. How do I look?
Good, but a little bit desperate.
Desperate. Okay. John!
Yes.
I need you to go to my room. I need you to find a special bottle. It's marked "Do Not Touch." It is in my case. Not my suitcase, but my case, my traveling case, my
Yes, your case, of course.
Yes, my case, of course. I need you to go and grab that immediately. Bring it to me.
Right away. Here goes.
I don't even know who that man is. Gary, I trust you.
Never let you down before.
Good. And then Jacque just goes back to his he's staring, and then he goes, oh, wait. And just looking at a plant in the wall.
Great. I love
so
it.
I'll head over to that group then.
Lovely. So, before Carrie gets there, I feel like that conversation had some weight and length to it. So, Ace and Natasha, would you like to talk a little more before you get interrupted, or do you think you're good?
I'm good unless there's something that Ace wanted.
I'm good. Ace is just trying and doing a bad job at flirting.
Great.
I think Natasha picks up on it and throws Ace a bone every so often.
Okay.
I can tell you're trying.
That's nice. Great, and Carrie enters.
So I think I probably enter just as you're talking about the photograph or the lack of photographs of the turtle. I'll go,
Oh, right.
You must not have been subscribed to the Boston American. I heard they got some stellar photographs, real nice close-ups of the turtle's face.
She probably gets the Toronto Gazette. She's Canadian.
Yeah.
Natasha, a pleasure to meet you. And she does the same thing where it's she's not really going for a handshake, she's just offering you her hand.
Are you just blinking at her? You don't know what to do?
And you are?
Oh, I thought you were talking to Ace. Oh, yes. Sorry. I know how this goes.
No, she was doing that to you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Carrie is a lot more socially adept than Brian is. So, yeah, Carrie will take the hand and do the appropriate thing. Carrie's a reporter, so would respond appropriately.
Yeah.
Carrie Weld.
Nice to meet you, Miss Wild. I think you must work for this Boston paper.
That's right, yes. And I'm here to cover the events of the Olympics. Seems like not a whole lot to report on so far, a little bit slow.
Yeah, just a real city snowstorm.
You aren't, I didn't see you in the parade. You're not an athlete.
Oh no.
And you're not a member of the press.
No, I am not.
What exactly are you doing here?
Oh, it's an exciting time. You know, I like the cold weather. I like, all of the athletes, the athletic nature. Good people watching.
I think
Well,
with the athletes and athletic nature, like Ace like flexes a little bit.
Natasha kind of like gives you like a out of the corner of her eye, like, yes, thank you.
yes.
No, I try to be mysterious. There is nothing mysterious. My friend, her name is Monde. Her daughter is here competing in the Olympics, and Maud's husband could not come. I am her plus one. I'm good company. Can I say?
What is your was it nephew you said? Or what? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
No, my friend. Her name is
Oh, your
Maud.
friend.
Yes, Maud.
What
Maud
is
Smith.
what is your friend's child competing in?
Figure skating, women singles and the doubles too with a partner.
Hmm. Any they've got a
Her name is
real.
Cecile. She's very young. I don't think she's going to place today because this week 'cause she is very young. But
She's got a real
she's there.
challenge if she's going up against that American skater.
He's a speed skater.
Oh, he's a speed
Yeah,
skater.
Cecile is a girl. She would not go against that one.
There is an an Austrian figure skater who is very good here.
Yes, Cecilia is 15. She cannot compete against Helene. Helene is too good. But you give it 10 years, I think Cecile is going to really bring home some medals.
Hmm. Well, that would be very exciting for Canada, I'm sure.
Yes.
Is this your first time here in Paris? Or not Paris, but what is it? Chamonix?
Chamonix, yes.
Chamonix?
In this town, yes. I don't know why anyone would come here otherwise.
Well, your first time in France?
Oh no.
Hmm. Yes, I was here during the war,
Oh.
covering the all the heroism and everything that occurred during those dark times. I hope you were here under better circumstances.
Yes, before they were. Yes, thankfully. What about you, Ace? This is not your first time in France, right?
Oh no! Last time I was here was, yeah, it was trenches and mud and taking off from shitty airfields and yeah, but it's good to be back on better terms and see everything that's going great here.
Yes, the mud is not here yet, but with all these people in the snow, there will be mud.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at
that's
least
fair.
there's hot chocolate and there's vodka and
Yeah, last time we
I
were.
don't think anyone is trying to kill us here, so that's nice.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's a weird thing to say.
It was a joke. Maybe it sounds better in Russian.
I think Ace like nudges Carrie like in the ribs. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm trying to, be cool here.
It sounded better in the Russian in my head. We like our dark humor. We like our existentialist, nihilistic, bleak shit. It's
Yeah, Carrie.
Oh yes, of course, silly me.
stereotypes. Sometimes they are true. But I will take a sip of my vodka martini.
That's
But do you know each other?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course. I cover the Royal Flush.
Yes, and sometimes you fly with them. You were the flying reporter.
Yes.
Yes, I remember now, Miss Wild. Miss
That's me.
Adventure, Miss Wild. I like it. It's very good.
Have you ever been in a plane before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I guess you came from Canada. That makes sense.
It is very thrilling. So, I take it you know Jacque as well.
I seems like almost everyone here knows Jacque.
Oh, I think lots of people know Jacque. Or Jacque knows many people. Let's invite him over, shall we?
Yeah, of course. I wave over at Jacques.
That is a great place to pause we're going to take a short break in our gameplay to take a break so people can get water and run to the restroom, buy popcorn in the lobby, and when we come back, we will see what Jacque has been doing this whole time the three of you were talking. Okay, bye everybody. I could hit the break button now. Is it? Am I doing it? No, I haven't done it yet. Hit the button.
Yeah.
And we're back to another exciting adventure of Ace Adventure.
That was great. I love that.
Yeah, you like that? That's
Yeah.
my old-timey radio voice.
It's good.
Yeah. When last we saw our heroes, Natasha, Ace, and Carrie were chatting at the bar. But what about Jacque du Monde? So, Jacques, as Carrie leaves and you take a moment to stare at the plants, you are approached and you hear an older, not too old. I don't know why I said older actually. Let's just strike that new word. You hear a Austrian voice say, well, if it isn't Ace Adventure, not Ace Adventure, that's not who you are. Well, if it isn't Jacque du Monde and Helene Engelman, beautiful gold medal winning figure skater, approaches you. What are you doing here?
Oh, you know, Helene. Just taking in the sights, thinking about taking a hike up Mont Blanc. Decided I might mess around and compete this year.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what sport would they throw you into? Bobsled?
Not quite. Something a little bit more intense. Something a little bit more graceful. Something that needs good ankles and extra control of all body parts.
You're going to be in the skating competitions.
Ha! Nothing so dainty or quaint. Curling.
Curling.
We.
I heard they're not even sure if they're giving medals for that.
That's because they know that France is going to walk away and sweep it clean, just like we sweeps the ice.
That was good. She says, well, I know when you're around, there's always something else afoot. Just make sure you do not do your spy business while I am skating.
I would never try to interrupt your skating, Helene. Not since last time.
I think she'll turn around dramatically and walk back into the crowd.
Helene,
We?
do tell your new boyfriend about that favorite spot of yours on your calf. I'm sure he'll need some pointers.
She looks over her shoulder and she says, no. Not everyone is allowed to touch me wherever they want. And she disappears into the crowd. And a few moments later, Ace or Carrie, I forget who now, is calling
Ace.
for you. Ace!
I was trying not to get Jacques involved. I was explicitly told not to.
Oh, right. Ace, then. Is saying, Jacque, come over here.
And then Jacques will look around, see that Jean's not back with the special bottle, and go, merde. And then he'll take a glass of water that's somewhere, and he'll dip his hand in it, and he'll make sure his hair is slicked back perfectly.
Yes.
All right.
I think Natasha's just watching you do this from across the room.
Absolutely.
And then just and then stride over, and oh, my good friend Ace, and Carrie Wild. I did not know you were here. And who is this? My name is Jacque du Monde. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And you are?
The person who said we should invite you to our group because we all know you.
So how do you two know each other?
Oh, we met at some party or something years ago.
Yes. A party some years ago in Prague.
Was it Prague? I thought Prague was after.
Was it Prague or was it
Was it London?
Was it Istanbul?
I don't know.
London?
Every time I travel, this man is there.
And every time I travel, this woman is there.
I cannot shake him.
Like a shadow, constantly following me. Natasha, it is good to see you again.
It is good to see you, Jacque. And
think
I
of
will
worse
come in and just like do
shadows
the
to
like cheek
follow
kissing.
Yes.
What was that?
Ace just says something like, I can think of worse shadows to follow you.
Tasha winks at you.
Jacque is gonna ignore both of that. So, what brings you to this one-horse town, but apparently with a full horse
Yeah.
arena?
And why did they build a horse arena? There are no like horse sports. There's not even horses in the ceremonies, I think.
I think Pierre said it was a typo.
A typo.
Yes, they wanted a elegant arena, and I think whoever delivered the telegram or something, whoever transcribed it, mistakenly put equine arena. In French, elegant and equine, very similar. Typo. And
Carrie's
so-
got her note out, scrolling on it like disaster in the Olympic Planning Committee.
I do not know how I can ever forgive Monde for dragging me across the ocean to this shithole.
Oh, it's not so bad. We have a perfect view of Mont Blanc, which is, as you know, one of the largest mountains in France.
Yes, of course, as I know.
And of course, you get to meet a dear friend, Ace Adventure, and
Yes, I did not know you had so many famous friends. Did you know that Ace is bobsledding?
I did not know that Ace was bobsledding. Very interesting. I cannot think of someone more capable of bobsledding than Ace.
I've never done it before, but how hard could it be?
Oh.
Never mind, I can think of about 3 more people that are a little bit more capable than Ace, but I think you'll do just fine.
Well, they're not here, are they?
I have to check and see. They might be. I mean,
Oh, don't be rude to your friend.
I jest. Of course, Ace. I have taken on countless near dwells and monsters with Ace, including a gigantic cloud that shot lightning out of it.
Yes. That was a fun one.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's not to underestimate Ace Adventure.
Noted. I am glad I am not a lightning cloud or giant turtle.
Or bobsledder.
Or
We'll
a
get that
bobsled.
bobsled across the finish line, and we'll get it there first. I just don't know how many pieces it'll be in.
Oh. We should check the rules to see if that is allowed.
So, Natasha,
Jacque.
are you competing here,
Oh.
or
Oh, no.
I find it odd that you would be here of all places, especially when I've heard of rumors going around.
Rumors about me.
Not
Please share them.
you. Your name wasn't mentioned specifically, but I have an inkling.
Oh, always you are trying to attach my name to things. I am here to keep my dear friend Monde company. Her daughter is competing, and Monde's husband could not be here. I am her +1 because I am good company. I liven up every party.
I'll say.
Yes.
Tell Maud I said hello.
She does not know you, and she does not need to know you. She is a married woman,
Curses.
and her daughter is 15. I will kill you if you touch her.
No. Would not even dream of it.
Good. Now, let's I have a reputation to uphold. Let's have a good time. And we'll turn back to the bartender and like order more drinks for everybody.
Great. As soon as Natasha turns around, Jacque is gonna look at Carrie and go,
Ace is like can read lips, of course, because
Right.
she's deaf, and is like, she's signing to you like rapidly. And
Jacque signs back. It's like, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Everything's cool.
I feel like this scene probably goes on a little bit longer before people excuse themselves to talk to others. Um, does anybody have somebody they want to talk to before this first party is over?
I think I would try to maybe get an introduction to Tourleif,
Yes.
especially because he's talking to Major Richardson.
Yeah. I think let's say that Major Richardson and Torleif hit it off. And they're chatting and drinking beers together for a while. So once you slip away from the group, you're able to go up to them and elegantly enter the conversation via your connection with the major. In fact, as you approach, the major slaps Torleif on the back and says, "Ah, Mr. Hogg, you have to meet my new friend Natasha here. Clearly, the shining sun that keeps the torch lit at the Winter Olympics."
Oh, Major Richardson, you were so kind.
Oh, thank you. My mother always said that I was kind.
I like a man who is good to his mother.
Uh,
Nice to meet you.
and Torleif will take your hand and he very, very gently kisses it. Barely a touch at all before he lets it go.
Because he's nervous or doesn't want to do it, or because he's doing that to be polite?
Ooh, would you like to make a what is it called? I've already forgotten the name, even though I've said it 3 times tonight. Overcome an obstacle roll to. Oh no! Actually, let's do a create an advantage. Let's see if you can gain a little insight on Thorleif. So,
Okay.
Thorleif. How would?
I think clever.
Yeah, I
applies
think that's
here?
fair. Yeah, that would work here.
Okay.
Because you're sort of inspecting all the little details. So I'm gonna roll against you, but I'm gonna tell you right now. No, actually, I'm not gonna tell you. But I'm gonna roll
Alright then.
against you.
Oh,
All right, I have my number. What number did you get?
4.
Nice. Are you content with a roll
Yeah.
of grit? Yeah. Okay. Cool. As Torleif, I got a 2. So you succeed, and you discover an aspect, a clue, or create something new. Let me look at Torleif and see what I can reveal to you here that would make sense. Oh, I played this wrong. I forgot about this note on Torleif. I would like to rewind slightly and keep your roll and give you a bit of information. He does the exact opposite. Instead of kissing you gentle, he kisses your hand like he's making out with your finger. It's just big, wet, extra lippy kiss. While Torleif is very good at being handsome, he is not very good at being a considerate individual. So he doesn't always think things through in social interactions. And he'll come up from that and he'll say to you, "I don't know about the sun, but you are pretty."
Thank you. Are you a bobsledder as well?
He goes, "No, certainly. I can't believe you have not heard of me. I'm Torleif Hogg, the world-renowned skier.
Oh, that is you! I did not want to assume that every Dorleaf I ever met was, that could be quite awkward if I met a Dorleaf who was not you.
Of course, of course. That makes so much sense.
Yes, I have heard of you.
Good,
Oh, very
good.
delightful to be making your company.
Because I'm delighted to make you a company as well.
Oh. I think that conversation will probably continue.
Okay, great.
Like he'll be bad at flirting. She'll just like pretend he's good at it.
Mm-hmm.
There and trying to like learn a little bit more about him, basically.
Great, yeah. And you know that he's and you learn more. He's a great skier. He is good looking. There doesn't seem to be much more to him than that, in all honesty. You get him talking about the war a little bit. Major Alexander, of course, helps. And in the war, Norway was neutral. But he worked for the Merchant Marines, and so he was all about. He helped protect the British U-boats that were crossing into Europe back and forth. So in a way, he participated in the war even though his country officially didn't. Mm-hmm. And they would ship, the U-boats would move goods, but also soldiers. And he was quite proud of his service, even though he didn't get to do it as part of his nation.
All right. I think what I would try to do is get some kind of invitation to join him at some kind of social event or watch an event with him or something.
Okay.
Later in the week.
Let's
try to get him to invite me to one of those things.
Yeah, let's do an emotional attack on him.
Okay.
And you can use charming if you want on that, Unless you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, either charming or clever, perhaps. Like if I'm like good at manipulating conversations.
Okay.
And like.
Yeah, I'll let that swing. I like that.
Maybe get Major Richardson to pick up on what I'm putting down. That I want Torleif to invite me somewhere. Get him to.
Oh, and see if he helps you out. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
All right.
I'm gonna have you roll against Torleif primarily here. Okay, I have my number. How about you?
I have it, but I think I want to use a fate point.
Okay, well, what do you got right now?
I've got a 2.
Okay. And do you still have both your fate points?
I have all 3 of them.
Oh, that's right! I forgot about that. Yeah. Great. So, in order to use a fate point, what you do is you take a look at your character sheet, and on your character sheet, below your approaches, you have aspects. And you tell me which one of your aspects would help you at this kind of role, at sort of getting into somebody's head to get them to invite you somewhere.
I kind of want to use Riot Girl. It says twist the trope and own the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've been kind of playing into this like party girl, like femme fatale kind of thing. And I think that's just kind of masking how like smart I am and good at like manipulating people. And I'm like actually can use that to like, they think I'm dumb, but I'm good. I want them to think I'm done, basically.
I love that because we specifically used clever instead of charming. So I think that's perfect. Would you like to add 2 or re-roll?
I'll add 2 to make
Okay,
it 4.
great.
And that uses just 1 fate point or multiple?
That's just 1 fate point.
Okay.
Yep. And so that gives you a 4. Are you content with your 4?
Yes.
All right. So, I got a -2. So, you succeed with style, which is great.
My life had no idea what was happening to him.
He's just like completely into whatever you want. And you can either fill a hitbox on Torleaf and give him a conditional aspect, or, which is good, because if you fill a hitbox, if you fill all his hitboxes, most people only have 1 or 2 hitboxes, he's essentially yours, you know?
Okay.
And if he only has 1 hitbox, and you don't know if he does until you decide to fill a hitbox, like that's it, he's done. Or you could choose not to fill a hitbox, like Carrie did earlier, and instead give them a conditional aspect that has a free use on it, which means you could use that to your advantage on a later roll without having to spend a fate point.
But filling hitboxes like makes him like my flunky, basically.
As long if you fill them all, yeah, you've defeated this person in emotional combat, and yeah, they could essentially be your flunky.
Okay, I like that. Let's fill a hitbox.
So let's fill the hitbox. You still get to make it a conditional aspect. It just doesn't have a free use. So what kind of condition? You know, what kind of emotional?
Smitten.
Smitten. I love it. Now here's my big reveal. Torleif has 1 hitbox.
All right.
So Torleif is picking up everything you're putting down. And they're like, well, I don't know how many parties there are going to be, but would you like a tour of my bedroom?
So forward. I think I would like that.
Yeah, and he just like pats the Major on the chest because he's not really looking, and he's just like, it was excellent meeting you, Major.
Oh, did he mean like right now?
That's apparently what he thinks.
Sure.
Okay, great.
I think you see Ace kind of sulk as they leave the bar together.
Oh. Sorry, I dropped a die.
I think you see Jacque sulk as well, but in a different part of the room.
Does anybody who isn't Natasha have something they want to do tonight before the night is over? Oh, plenty of people. Let's start with Carrie.
Yeah, I believe I had an invitation to Alouette's.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool. We're going to do that. What do you want to do, Jacque?
I was actually going to try and sneakily follow Whitmore's movements.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Major Alexander Whitmore Colhoun Richardson?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure we had the right Whitmore.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic. What about you, Ace? Are you good or...
Ace is drinking.
Ace is drinking. Great. Don't worry about it. This is going to work out perfectly. All right. Let's start with Carrie. Carrie, as the party sort of dies down, you decide to go check in on your contact, as it were. You head to one of the hotels. They're all sort of right next to each other anyway. There's 3 of them. And you head up to the room. What do you do?
I knock.
Great.
Carrie.
Yeah. You knock, and there's no answer at first. And then suddenly the door opens, and you see Alouette there, and she grabs you, and she pulls you inside, and she shuts the door quickly. And she says, were you followed?
Nah. I have an eye for these things.
Excellent. What did you learn?
I learned to perhaps keep an eye on Natasha, but I'm not sure if that was a good tip. But if she doesn't know who Natasha is, I'll...
Yeah, she doesn't seem to recognize the name.
She's a spectator from Canada.
Oh, that Natasha.
Yeah.
Oh,
Russian.
It's interesting. Where did you learn that? Did you see her do something suspicious?
Talk to Jacque, my good friend.
Oh, fuck Jacque and Jacque's instincts.
Yeah, well, that was why I think it may have been a bad tip.
Right. Do you know why he wants you to watch Natasha?
Seemed a little desperate.
Yes! He's all over that woman.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Because I'll tell you who you should watch. You know who you should watch is those Austrians.
If you learned something about them.
Because I have intelligence that says that Helene Engelman may have worked in their secret service during the war.
You think she's still involved in that?
I think nobody ever really retires.
That's true. But why would they be plotting something like murder?
This is the perfect time to make the Allies look bad. I don't know. All right, you have me.
Well, I'll certainly. This is a good lead. I'll look into that. Do you have anything else?
Nothing so far.
I guess I have to ask. Was that the only reason you invited me up to your room?
Alouette will approach you, get very close, whisper in your ear. No.
I thought not. And I will lean in close as well, and things might happen. I don't know.
All right. I don't think you need to make a roll for this one. I think it's fine. Speaking of fine.
I mean, why does Jacque get to have all the fun?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Jacque is just one person in a big world.
Jacque is having a terrible time. Thank you very much.
Speaking of Jacque, as the party winds down, Major Alexander Whitmore Colhoun Richardson, also a real person, by the way. I didn't make up most of these names. I found most of these names. Finishes a beer and wanders outside. You're going to attempt to follow, is that correct?
Yes. And I would like to use one of my stunts, which is flashback.
Oh, really? Oh, let's talk about that, because we haven't done this yet. So everybody in Ace Adventure has 2 stunts, and everyone has the same 2 stunts, which is different from most Fate games. There's flashback, where you can spend a Fate point to create an advantage, but you don't have to roll for it. You're spending the Fate point to create the advantage, and the advantage is sort of created in the past. So we're going to do that right now, but before we do that, I'll just say, and the other one is intercept harm. When you're in a scene where there's harm being thrown about, whether it is physical, mental, or emotional, if you have a reason narratively why you should be able to take that harm for someone else, you can spend a Fate point to do so, which can be super useful if one of your allies is getting really low on their hitboxes, but you aren't. So let's do a flashback real quick. So we're going to establish a scene that happened before the one right now. How far are we going back, Jacque?
We're only going back a few minutes.
Okay.
When Natasha left, Jean, who had taken his sweet time getting that bottle for me.
He didn't know what room you were in, he realized halfway through.
He had to go and ask around. He finally gets it to me, and I was like, Jean, you're a fucking imbecile. I'll see you on the ice tomorrow. And Jacque will take that bottle, and it's essentially a flashback of him looking disappointed and stuff like that. And he's going to do a whole the newer Sherlock Holmes movies where he's going to disguise himself real quick. He's gonna undo the bottle, which the label of the bottle, which you see is actually a fake beard with a label back
right.
of it.
Obviously.
He's gonna unscrew the cap, which is just spirit gum, and he puts on the fake beard. He goes by and grabs a random coat, puts it on, and then somebody's random hat, puts it on.
Yes.
And then in the bottom, so it's like spirit gum, and then he twists the bottom half of the bottle, and it has like fake eyebrows and a fake nose, and he puts like on this fake nose and this like unibrow, and then he starts following, very sneakily following the major.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's create the advantage. How about masterful disguise? Does that work for you?
Perfect.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And that's gonna have 1 free use on it.
Mm-hmm.
So great. Now we're back, and you're gonna follow the major, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you still need to make the follow roll, and I assume you want to do this without being detected. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, great. So are you using sneaky on this roll?
I am.
All right. So I'm gonna have the major roll against you.
All right.
All right. I have a number.
I have my number as
Okay,
well.
great. What's your number?
With my +1 sneaky, I have a 1.
Okay. Are you content with your 1?
I am content with my 1. I'm not going to use my other fate point.
Okay, great. Well, as luck would have it, Major Alexander Whitmore Calhoun Richardson has a -3. Is specifically not good at being stealthy. And you follow him, and instead of going back to the hotels, he actually starts to go up the mountain using the ski jump as a guide. And he goes past the top of the ski jump, and you follow him, and the wind's picking up, and you're just following him through this dark night up the mountain, and till you get to a sort of a not a clearing. What do you call it when there's like a flat area on a mountain? I don't remember. A terrace type area.
Terrace, plateau.
Yeah, plateau that is out of view of the Olympic Village, because mountains have many little tiny peaks. And there is what seems to be 4 British soldiers and a man in a heavy jacket around this strange antenna-like device. And you see Major Alexander talking to them. What do you do?
I'm going to try to create a distraction for the 4 soldiers.
Okay. How?
I'm going to attempt, I guess using my clever skill, I'm going to attempt to make like a throw my voice.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
you can throw your voice. And
Yeah.
what is your voice going to say?
Goes in a German accent, goes 9, over that way, not here, that way.
Okay, Colonel Clink. Go ahead and I will set a difficulty since it's sort of a group. Actually, I have statistics for these people, don't I? Yes. Oh my gosh, this is going to be great. All right, I'm going to roll for them. It's a roll-off.
Perfect.
All right, I have a number.
I have a number as well.
What's your number?
So with my +1 clever, I got a 0.
Great. Are you content with your 0?
I'm going to spend a fate point to add 2.
All right, and what aspect do you have that would help you throw your voice and sound like a German?
We're going to say, I guess, perfect pitch, I guess, would be a good one, or
Do
something.
you have perfect pitch?
No, I don't have perfect pitch.
Okay.
Master.
That's a good point.
Which aspect of mine? Okay.
Yes,
okay,
of
okay.
yours.
Okay. Jack of all trades, master of few.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Love it. I'm like, I don't remember writing that.
Yes, perfect pitch.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
No, that's great. So now you're at a 3?
I am at
No,
a
2.
2.
You're a 2. Are
2.
you content with your 2?
I am content.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I got a -1 for my group. And actually, let me roll separately for Major Whitmore. That's a 0. And the man in the jacket. That's a -4. All right, so you got a success all around here. And they're all like sort of like everybody perks up, and 2 sort of like go back to back right next to the man in the jacket, who seems very by his body movement seems very worried. And Alexander Calhoun takes the other 2 soldiers, and they all grab guns, and they start to go off in the opposite direction of you. We're going to put a pin in this scene, and we're going to jump to Natasha. Natasha, you go up to Thorleif's room. Are you going to do something that, had this been Monster Hearts, we would fade to black, or is something else going on?
Why not both?
Yes, why not both? Would you like to do the other thing first or after the fade to black?
After, I think.
Okay, great. So it's pillow talk.
Yes. Pleasure before business.
Yes. So yes, it was wonderful. Everyone gets 3 gold stars, and no, there's no gold star system in this game. And then what do you say to Torleaf?
I think I kind of turn the conversation back to our discussion of serving a greater good,
Mm-hmm.
and how you can do good even when it's not directly for your country.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's of better service, and I think perhaps I know somewhere where he could continue that kind of service.
Oh, he seems very interested. And he goes, just one moment, I have the scratchy throat. And he reaches over to the nightstand where he has a glass of water, and just as he reaches, the window of the hotel room shatters, and you hear and see a sniper's bullet hit the pillow where he just was.
Yeah, I gotta get off that bed and try, I want to leap over him to the other side of the bed and pull him down on top of me, so
Great.
that we're on the other side of the bed away from the window.
Okay, great. So you pull him down, and you're keeping him down on the ground. We're gonna go into initiative, okay? This is gonna be super fun. So we're gonna say you're top of initiative. You've pulled Torleaf down, and I'm gonna let you do that. Let's roll a defend action against the sniper. Let's see. The sniper's going to try to get another shot off. So, and we'll see. This is essentially how quick you are into getting Torleaf out of the way. I didn't mean to specifically use a word that represents an approach, so you don't have to use quick if there's another way that you feel like you would get Torleaf down. But it might be quick.
Forceful, maybe?
Okay, you tell me, why is it forceful?
Because I pictured literally jumping over him, I'm on the side of the bed that's closer to the window, and he's on the side that's further away, reaching for the nightstand.
Yes.
And I think I literally leap over him onto the floor and grab him, and I'm yanking him off the bed on top of me on the floor.
Great. I love it. All right, so here's our roll off. Let's go roll off. Oh, sorry. I have good poker face.
Oh, I don't.
I have a number. How about you?
I do.
What's your
I
number?
don't particularly like it.
No?
No, I don't like it.
What is it?
With it's a 0.
It's
with
a
my
0.
0 forceful.
Okay. Would you like to keep your mediocre roll?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think I would. I
Okay.
think I would like to.
So you have fate points.
Yeah.
What aspect of yours do you think would help you forcefully get Torleaf out of the way and onto the floor?
I have addicted to the thrill.
Ooh. That might help you
It-
in intense situations. Is that what you're
yeah,
thinking?
I feel like I liked being in situations where like the
Yes.
adrenaline's flowing
Cool.
and like I just did something rather thrilling.
Yes.
So I think that like I've still got a lot of adrenaline going. So
Absolutely. Would you like to add to a reroll?
I will add 2.
Okay. So now you're at 2. Are you content?
Yes.
All right. I got a -1.
We have to stop spinning fate points. It's happened to all of us.
So, as soon as you stop spending them, though, I'm going to be like, +7!
Oh Jesus.
Another shot goes through the window, but it's way off. And you have successfully gotten Torleaf out of the way of the window. So, that's how initiative works. You started initiative. You went first. You can pick any of the other players to go next.
Players like in like
Yeah.
out of everyone, even though they're not in the scene.
Yeah,
Or...
because it's going to be a really big, wide-ranging scene. It's going to be great.
Okay. Let's go with Ace.
Okay, Ace.
Richard next.
Ace, you're drinking at a hotel bar. You had to go. When they closed down one bar, you just went to the other one.
Yeah.
You hear gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I run toward danger.
Great. So you run outside, and you're looking between the hotels, and you hear a second gunshot. What's up,
Isn't Ace
Stephanie?
deaf?
What?
Isn't Ace deaf?
Damn it.
Oh, you're right.
You don't hear a gunshot. You see everyone at the bar panic and get down, and you see somebody mouth, "A gunshot!"
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I see where they're pointing, and I run that way.
And you run outside. And when you run outside, you're looking around, trying to figure out where to go next. And there's a second gunshot, as we triggered earlier. And you see the light of a gun from the top of the ski jump.
Mm-hmm.
Do you run towards the ski jump?
Well, that's a pretty far way to run.
It is.
I think I need another way to get there.
How else would you get there?
But luckily, the bobsled garage is right nearby.
Yes.
I have. It wasn't the bobsled we were going to use in the competition because that's kind of cheating.
Yeah.
But, one of Whitney King's jet-powered bobsleds is in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna fly that right up. I'm gonna, go full speed up to the top of that ski jump.
Okay. Since it's an experimental machine, let's have you roll overcoming an obstacle
Okay.
to make sure you can actually get the bobsled flying.
Okay.
So what approach do you think best represents you getting one of Whitney's machines in the air?
Oh, this is quick.
This is quick, because you're trying to do it as fast as possible.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to set a difficulty level for getting an experimental bobsled in flight against the strong winds of Mount Chamonix.
Okay.
I have set the difficulty level. Please
Okay.
roll.
Okay. That is a 2.
A 2. Are you content with your 2?
I'm not content with my 2.
Okay, great. What would you like to do to make that
I'm
better?
gonna spend my fate point.
Yeah?
I'm the ace pilot of tomorrow.
You are.
This is what I do.
Yes. So are you going to go up to 4 or do you want to
I
reroll?
am gonna go up to 4.
Okay. I set it at 2.
Okay.
So now that you're at 4, you succeed. So when you succeed on overcoming an obstacle, you overcome the obstacle, removing or bypassing the issue, and you go flying against the wind in your experimental bobsled towards the top of the ski jump, and as you approach, you see this sniper starting to prepare for a new shot. Who goes next?
I think that Jacque is going to go next.
Jacque, you see, you bide your time, and Major Alexander and the two British soldiers sort of wander off in the opposite direction. And before you can do anything else, there's a gunshot. What do you do? From behind you, back towards down the mountain a bit. I know. It's an exciting game.
Jacque is going to step from the tree line where the gentleman in the jacket and the two soldiers can see him.
Yes.
And he's going to hold his hands up.
Great.
And he...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you hold your hands up, and the two soldiers point their rifles at you, and they've got flashlights as well. And you see from their dim light that the man in the jacket with the high collar is none other than Nikola Tesla. What do you do?
I'm just going to go... In an obviously fake accent, just because I'm wearing a disguise and everything like that, might as well lean into it. I go, gentlemen, I believe that your charge there is in danger. It'd be best for you two to take care of him. Get him out of here. Toot sweet.
Okay, great. Would you like to make an attack to convince them to do so? I think that's a mental attack.
Yeah.
And what approach do you think? I mean, yeah. Wait, approach or aspect? Approach.
Approach. I think it would either be charming or clever.
Yeah, I think I would let you use either of those.
Let's go with charming since that's the higher one.
All right, great. I'm going to roll against you using these Brits.
Perfect.
Great. No, you first.
You first. Okay. I got a 4.
Great. Are you content with your great?
I am content with my great.
Great. I got a -3. And these fine fellows, let's just make sure real quick. Yeah, they have one stress box. So they're like, oh, absolutely. And oh shoot, but where do they go? In fact, they'll say it to you. They sort of grab them and they look around and they're sort of on this exposed mountain and they say, where should we go?
There's a deceptively handsome, yet very talented gentleman's hotel room that is very discreet. And I hand them the key to my Jacques Dumond's hotel. I'm like, his name is Jacques Dumond. You can go and hide out there. No one will find you.
Right, and they take Mr. Tesla and they start sort of like rushing down the mountain.
Oh, and Mr. Tesla, keep up the good work.
Okay, great.
And I'm going to start heading towards the ski jump.
Great. So that makes it Carrie's turn. Carrie, what would you like to do? Oh, so you're in bed and you hear a gunshot.
That's correct.
Yes. And you're probably close enough, because it's a comic book, to hear the glass breaking as well.
Is that shame they interrupted our good time.
And you can see Alouette's already getting her clothes back on.
Yeah, well, yeah, business calls. And I think I'll ask the Austrians.
Maybe.
We should check out the room, see if anyone was hurt.
Goes, you check out the room. I will find the Austrians.
Okay.
Great. So, are you going to go try to find the room?
Yeah, I mean, from the sound of the glass shattering, I could probably...
I think you should roll overcoming an obstacle to determine which room it is based off the glass shattering noises.
Yes.
I'm setting a difficulty. I have set it.
Okay. I think this would probably be clever.
I think clever makes sense.
All right. That's 0.
Okay. Are you content with your 0?
Sure.
Okay. You fail.
Oh no.
I set this at a 3. I think it's probably pretty difficult to figure out which room it is from the sound of glass shattering. And when you fail at overcoming an obstacle... Oh, this is the one I read by accident earlier. Let's read it again. The GM may declare that you are still successful, especially if it moves the story forward. If successful, the GM makes 2 story moves. If you fail, the GM still makes 1 story move. Hey, guess what? I'm going to have you succeed. Because I think that does move the story forward. So you find the door of Natasha and, well, it's Torleif's room, really. And of course it's locked from the outside. But there you are, should they open the door, or should you attempt to open the door yourself on a new turn. But in response, I get to make two story moves. Now, let's make this super fun. There's an experimental bobsled heading towards a sniper.
Oh, God.
Oh. Okay. The sniper sees a new target. It's the experimental bobsled. Spoilers. And so my first story move is to set up immediate danger. He aims at the bobsled. My second story move is to cause harm. I'm going to fill in your first checkbox, Ace, as he takes a shot at you and your bobsled. The way that, because we didn't actually get any harm last week, so this is going to be fun and new. All of our PCs have 4 harm boxes, and each one come with its own temporary aspect. So the first one is bruised, and that can be physical or emotional bruising. You know, you play these as it makes sense in the story. So it goes bruised, bleeding, broken, and beaten. And if you get the 4th one filled in, you're out of the scene. That's what beaten means. Y'all could have probably figured that out without me telling you. So Ace, you are bruised. Cool. And Carrie, I know you have an alarm going off right now.
It just ended. I don't know what's going on. It's been doing this tonight for some reason.
I don't know. I can't help you. But
perhaps my apartment's been subject to a number of sudden, very fast and very dangerous fires, which went away as quickly as they arrived.
It's possible. It sounds like something that might happen during an Ace adventure. Who goes first, Carrie? It can be you if you want. If you just want to bash down the door.
Well, I guess before my turn is over, I'd probably at least say something like,
"Yes.
Are you all right in there?" As the equivalent of reaction. But then I think I'll give Ace the chance to resolve all of that situation.
All right, Ace, you're up. You're muted as well, Ace.
What does it look like narratively as I take this harm?
Well, you tell me. Actually, okay. Did I hit your? Are we going to take it as part of the bobsled? Did the bullet skin you?
I think the engine goes out on the bobsled.
Okay, great.
And I plummet.
Awesome.
And, I have a crash landing. I managed to pull myself out of it, and I'm okay, but I'm bruised.
Great, I love it. So you're at the base of the ski jump.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I curse.
Great reaction.
And then I start running up the ski jump toward this sniper. I'm gonna punch him.
Okay, so ski jumps are cool, right?
Yeah.
Generally, they start higher up the mountain,
and
then they sort of go down and up a little bit. Yeah. So if you're at, when we say the base of the ski jump, do you think you started at the top, where the skier would stop? Do you think that's where you crashed? Or do you think you crashed at the bottom of the latticing?
I think I crashed at the top.
Okay, cool. So you're running down the ski jump.
Yeah.
Awesome. Makes perfect sense. Covered in snow. Sure, it's not difficult at all. What is your end goal? If you were to actually reach this person, what would you do?
I'm going to punch him in the jaw.
Great. I think it's more exciting at this point in time to skip the danger that is running down a ski jump
Yep.
and to just make an attack. So I'm going to let you
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
What approach?
Forceful.
Forceful. Great. And I think the person manages to sort of get up right before you punch. So we're going to make a opposed roll. Okay, I've got my number. How about you?
I do too.
What's your number?
I rolled a -3 and I get a +1, so that's
Great.
a -2.
Do you have any fate points left?
I have 1 left.
You have 1 left. So this is a good time to remind the audience, because I'm sure they were here last week, so it's a reminder, how you get fate points back. And the way we get fate points back is before we roll. So obviously it's not going to be on this one, and Natalie already knew these rules. You can say, you know what? I think one of my aspects is going to make my roll harder. And by naming that aspect, you can take a -2 on your roll and get a fate point automatically, whether you succeed or fail. And that's how you get fate points back. Unless you do that cool thing that Stephanie did earlier, where you get a fate point through your roll because you're just so awesome at it. But that doesn't happen as often. Anyway, you have 1. Would you like to spend it?
I would, but I'm having trouble figuring out.
What would make you good at punching somebody at the end of a ski jump?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about something brand new then, shall we?
Okay.
All of the character sheets there's 7 character sheets that come with Ace Adventure and the Flying Royal Flush. There's 6 for the Flying Royal Flush, and then there's a blank one. If you choose to use the Ace Adventure characters that come with the game, great. Unfortunately, they're not completely filled out. I say unfortunately, and I'm joking, because it's very intentional. All of these characters can have 5 aspects, but I have only provided 3. Is there an aspect that we can create right now and give Ace Adventure that you think might help Ace Adventure in this? That we'll have it stick with Ace since you're sticking with us throughout the other 2 adventures. Yes.
I think Ace is. Trying to think how to put this.
Mm-hmm. Let's come up with a fun little phrase for Ace.
I think she's temperamental. Like, she has a hair trigger. Like,
Ooh.
you just made her angry. You crashed her bobsled. She's gonna punch you right in the jaw.
I love that. I think you came up with 2 good aspects in there. There's hair trigger temperament, and then there's also you just made me angry, like question mark exclamation point.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you want to give Ace?
I think hair trigger temperament.
All right, hair trigger temperament. Fantastic. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and add that to the sheet. And would you like to add 2 or re-roll?
I'm going to re-roll. Because I re-rolled a
Let's do it.
-3, so that is a suggestion by the authors of Fate, correct?
Yes, that is their suggestion.
Okay, I rolled a +1, and I get a +1, so that's a +2.
Excellent. And you're out of fate points. So,
yep, so I will take it.
Okay, great. And what did I get? I got a... I can just redo the math, can't I? I also got a +2. So we tie on the attack. When we tie on an attack, you succeed and the GM makes a story move, or you fail and the GM cannot, your choice.
I'll succeed and you can make a story move.
Oh, fantastic! So, boom, you hit this person. And I will reveal that this person has more than one checkbox. And I will even reveal who it is, as you recognize them from earlier in the day. Even though I didn't describe you seeing them. We're running out of time. I'm going to say you did at some point. It's Alfred Berger, the angry doubles skater. Bum, bum, bum. And you have filled in Alfred's first checkbox. I never liked that
guy.
You like him?
I said I never liked that guy.
Oh, no, you never liked that guy. I thought you were like, oh, I love Alfred Berger. I remember him from the first Winter Olympics. I can't remember if Alfred is real or I made that one up. In all honesty, I might have made up the murderer. Great, and I have to make a story move. Ooh. Oh no. Nikola Tesla. I'm going to use the story move. Have an NPC act rashly. Panics as he starts to go down the mountain. And he says, "No, if someone is after me, the safest place is with my machine." And he runs back up the mountain. And he throws the big switch. And a storm starts to surge around the antenna. Ace, who goes second?
Natasha.
Natasha, what do you do?
So I'm laying on the floor, and Torleif is on top of me because I have yanked him down on top of me as I rolled over.
Yes.
So I will take him and I'll like shove him off to the side, and I'm gonna like open the nightstand drawer and start digging around for whatever it is he was looking for. I'm assuming it's a weapon.
And you hear Carrie's voice as well.
Yes, on the other side of the door.
I am going to ignore that voice for now, and I'm going to yell at Torleif and say, "Who is trying to kill you, and why?"
And Torleif will go, "I don't know. Why would anyone kill me? I'm beautiful."
Trust me, it doesn't keep people from trying to kill you.
Torleif was not reaching for a weapon. He was reaching for a glass of water. But do you have any fate points left?
I do. I have one.
If you would like, you can spend it. And as a flashback scene, plant any kind of thing you want in that drawer.
Actually, no. I
No.
don't think I'm going to do that.
Then what are you going to do?
I think I will, just curse out loud, very angrily in Russian.
Yes.
I don't have any Russian curses, so I can't actually say it, but... and... I will get very angry and be like, "It must be stupid Olympic politics. Who gives a shit who wins a medal?"
Love it.
And I will yank a sheet off the bed and wrap it around myself.
Mm-hmm.
And throw a sheet at him.
Okay.
Be like, "We have to get out of here. This is what I was talking about. You could join an organization that would help keep this from happening. To
And he
innocent
says,
people."
"If you keep me alive, I will join whatever organization you want."
"Oh, good boy." And I'll gently kind of smack him on the side of the face.
Okay.
All right, let's. Who is at the door?
Carrie, you all right in there?
We are getting shot at, but we're okay. We need to get out. Oh, can you open the door?
It's locked.
Oh,
But yes.
One time the man remembers to lock the door. All right.
So it's
Can
your
you
turn
break it
until you have
down?
to. Oh, sorry. I was just
Are
gonna
you
say.
strong?
I was just gonna say it's your turn until you have to roll.
Okay.
Do you want to try to break the door down?
Oh, I'm really afraid that the sniper's gonna try and shoot me while I'm up.
Well, the good news is the sniper is currently occupied with Ace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Carrie probably has picked a few locks in her time.
Sure, but it's just not your turn.
All right.
Sorry, I gave the turn to the wrong person.
No, you didn't. You made a choice. All right. Fuck. All right, Carrie, step back. I'm going to knock the door down, hopefully.
Okay.
Step back.
I have set the difficulty of breaking down a door in a hastily constructed hotel.
Yeah. Sure, why not? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go and try and break the door down.
Great. What approach do you think that is?
I think that I know that this hotel was very hastily and shoddily constructed.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I know that the hinges aren't on quite right
Mm-hmm.
on a lot of the doors, and I'm gonna bank on that being what's going on here, and then if I like go for where it's on a hinge, it should like pop out enough for us to like kind of crawl out kind of thing. I'm picturing it like being just attached to the knob in the top
Okay.
hinge, and it like tilts out some.
Yeah.
So instead of just trying to go right in the middle and knock it out from the middle, I'm kind of trying to take it out at the corner on a hinge.
So are we talking precise?
I'm thinking clever.
Okay, I'll go with clever. Yeah, because you're still
Okay.
using the construction of the door. So
All right.
go ahead and give me a roll against the difficulty I've set.
I got a 2.
Great. Are you content with your 2?
No, I guess I'm not.
It's up to you.
No, I don't think I am. I don't
Okay.
I wouldn't set a difficulty of 2 to knock down a door. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well,
so
I mean, a 2 is fair. Does it take a fair effort to knock down a door in a hastily constructed hotel?
I'm gonna use the fate point. I think.
Okay, use the fate point. What aspect do you have that helps you knock down the door?
I feel like addicted to the thrill fits again. I feel like
Yeah.
if I wasn't getting shot at, I wouldn't think to like try and bust down a door. Like,
I love
I'm not
it, yeah.
thinking real clear here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. So you have a 4. You happy with your 4?
Yes.
Great. I set it at 2. So instead of tying, you succeed. And that's overcoming an obstacle. So you overcome the obstacle. So you knock the door down. It's no longer locked. It's no longer in your way. You're on the inside of the room, so maybe you could have just unlocked it. I don't know. Who's to say? But now
Wasn't time. I just had to get out as fast
you
as
know
possible.
you and Torleif and Carrie are all together. Who would you like to go next?
I think I'll pass it to Carrie. Since
Great,
she's
Carrie.
here.
Yeah. I have a companion who thinks that it might be the Austrians. You know why they might be shooting at you?
Do the Austrians and the Norwegians have a problem with each other?
And Torleif goes, I mean, I've killed a lot of Austrians in the First War.
Oh,
Might have
shit,
something to do
yeah,
with
that
it.
would do it. Yeah. It's either that or Olympic medal bullshit. But you're not even in this team event. You are a skier. The Austrians are mostly skating, right?
I think there's skiers in Austria. Yes, I have competed against Austrian skiers.
Yes,
Austrians...
but they're like obviously not as good as you. They're not going to win.
Oh, no, of course not. No, they're crap.
Yeah, just like the Norwegians are obviously not as good as the Austrians at ice skating. They're not going to win the ice skating.
Well, yeah, probably not.
Stalemate, that's all. Maybe it could be. Who knows? Who knows?
So shall we pay those? Shall we pay them a visit?
Pay who a visit?
The Austrians.
I thought they were shooting at us.
Well, there's got to be more than one. I
Oh.
mean, whoever you really think is just a lone sniper, or
I have no idea. I've never been shot at before.
We
well, there's...
cannot linger here.
yeah.
Let's go.
All right, I want to go. Yeah, we should see if there's others that were in on this.
How are you going to do that, Carrie?
Try to reconnect with. Well, I mean, we know where. I have a press pass, right? So I have.
You do.
I would know where the Austrians were.
Yes, you know what floor of which hotel the Austrians are in. Let's say, for funsies, it's the first floor of this hotel. So.
All right, well, head down there. I'll keep an eye out to see if Alouette's already there.
Great. You you head down to the first floor. Natasha, are you gonna follow?
Mm-hmm.
Great. You know, it's pretty quiet. People are probably hiding in their rooms because gunshots. But you see that there's a door on this hallway that has been broken down as well. Broken in.
Oh. Yeah, we got to head to that one.
Great. You run to that door, and you see Alouette and Helene, and they're fist fighting in the room. What do you do?
No, not Alouette.
Yes.
All right, so I think I hastily had thrown on my coat
Yes.
when we were running off. I've got my big scarf, so I'm going to try to like wrap it around Helene and disable her so Alec can get a
Great.
good.
Yeah, that's an attack. So
Yes.
let's do it. I'm gonna have Helene roll against you. What are you? What approach are you using?
I think it might be sneaky if they weren't expecting me to show up.
I think that's fair. You're sort of coming up behind them, be like, "Scarf you!" Haha. That's sneaky. Cool. Let's roll.
I got a 3.
Okay. I also have a number. Do you have any fate points?
I do, but I think a 3's pretty good.
3's pretty good. All right. So you're content with your 3.
Yeah.
I also got a 3. So we tie.
Ooh.
And when we tie on attack, you either succeed and I make a story move, or you fail and I can't. What would you like?
The first one.
All right. So you tie up Helene. And Helene actually only has 1 stress box, so Alouette doesn't even have to do anything. Helene's out of the fight. However, I get to make a GM move. And in my GM move, I'm going to have Alfred, who is fighting Ace on top of the ski jump, remember that whilst Ace may be an excellent puncher, he has a gun, and he's going to take that gun and he's going to point it right at Ace's chest. However, I only get 1 story move, so all I can do here is set up the immediate danger. I cannot cause harm. Now, Carrie, I think there's only 1 person to choose, right?
Yes,
go through the whole
I
thing?
believe Jacque.
I believe it's Jacques' turn. Jacques, what do you do? Jacques, first unmute yourself.
Jacque, how far away from the ski jump is Jacques?
An indeterminate distance that a comic book artist probably wouldn't reveal properly.
Enough to see that his good friend Ace Adventure has just had a gun pointed on her.
Absolutely. You can see the silhouette with the moon, you know.
Jacque is going to try to intercede.
How?
Probably assessing the danger. He would know that trying to tackle the gentleman with the gun would probably still resort in Ace being shot.
Okay.
So he's going to do the only thing that he knows how to do, and that's be dramatic.
Yes.
And he's going to try to leap in front of the gun. And he's going to do the sacrificial dive thing.
Okay, so the sacrificial die thing, that's that other stunt that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need to do that unless the person actually starts to cause harm.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yep.
All right, well then I'll just try to form tackle the
Great.
Alfred with the
You're
gun.
gonna do just what Ace did. You're gonna run down the ski, and
Yeah.
instead of punch, you're gonna tackle.
Actually, I'm going to distract him.
Okay.
I'm going to stand at the top,
Yes.
and I'm going to be I'm just gonna yell down, "Hey, you overblown Austrian blowhard, up here,
Okay.
Mr. Weak Ankles."
Okay, great. I'm gonna call that a emotional attack.
Perfect.
So, what approach are you using on your attack?
We're gonna use charming.
Okay, great. And I'm going to roll defense against you. Okay, I have a number. How about you?
I rolled a 3.
Great.
And I am content.
Great. I got a 0 total. So you succeed with style. Would you like to fill a hitbox, or would you like to make sure you have a free use on a condition?
I would like to fill a hitbox,
Great.
please.
So you fill a hitbox. That is the second hitbox we filled on Alfred, and he is still standing. It's like he's the main villain or something. And you still get to create an aspect. It's just a condition. It's just not with a free box. What
Yeah.
baggage should we give Alfred? Weak ankles.
Let's go with weak ankles. Yeah.
Okay, weak ankles. Love it. Who would you like to go first in initiative?
I would like for Ace Adventure herself to go first.
All right, Ace, you're up.
I hear this weak ankles call, and I immediately know that is Jacque sending me a signal.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to kick, sweep his ankles, and that moment of distraction.
Great, that's an attack. Let's do it. Me and you roll off.
That doesn't have a free activation, right? The weak
No,
ankles?
it didn't. He chose not the free activation.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
That is a 2.
Okay. Are you content with your 2?
I am. I have to be.
All right. I got a 3. So you fail on your attack roll. And when you fail on attack roll, your attack fails and the GM makes a story move.
Is this the end of Ace Adventure?
Well, you go to attack the ankles. Alfred is quick. Alfred is a figure skater. And jumps. But because they're distracted, they're not going to be able to get that shot in your chest off. But as I had already set up immediate danger, I think they're just going to hit you with the rifle.
Okay.
And so you get the rifle shoved into your chest, which hurts a fair amount. And you are going to go up to
Bleeding.
the bleeding box. Yes. Ace, who goes next?
I think Carrie goes next. Carrie, get me into more trouble.
All right, Carrie.
Seems to be what I've been doing. Things are going great here at the hotel. All right. I'll ask. Do you know if there's anyone else we should worry about here at the hotel? My friends must be up on the mountain by now, knowing them.
Alouette will backhand Helene across the face and say, "Who else should we be worried about?" And Helene goes, "No, no one. It was just me and Alfred."
You have a vehicle?
And Alouette slaps her across the face and she says, "Do you have a vehicle?" And she goes, "No." And Alouette goes, "Well, I have a ski mobile parked outside."
That'll work. Let's go.
Okay. So you run outside.
Yeah, we'll head up the mountain. I guess if Natasha wants to join us,
Natasha, do you want to jump on the ski mobile, or do you think you'll do your own thing when it comes back to you?
I think I want to jump on the schemobile. I'll turn to Toyleaf and say, "I believe you should be safe now. You'll stay in the hotel. Maybe put some clothes on." And then I'll dig through Helene's stuff until I can find a big coat and throw it on and
Great.
boots. So coat over the bed sheet, big boots with no socks.
Love it. Great. So now you're both on the ski mobile, and you head up towards the mountain. Carrie, this is all free. What do you do? You see Ace and Jacque fighting someone up on the jump.
I think I'll grab the remote and try to steer it into the ski mobile into the guy who isn't my friend.
So you're gonna take the ski mobile up the mountain and then down the ski jump?
Yes.
Okay, great. What approach do you think it is to hit someone with a ski mobile?
Quick.
Quick isn't what I'm expecting.
Forceful?
I'm thinking forceful. I'm thinking it's hard
do it.
to... Okay, great.
Forceful works for me.
I'm going to see if this guy can dodge a ski mobile. We're just going to assume your friends can. Great. I have a number.
All right, I think I would like to... I got a -1. I think I'd like to spend my remaining fate point.
Okay, great. What aspect do you have that helps you drive a ski mobile into an Austrian?
So I'm pretty sure... I mean, I'm grabbing the steering wheel, which is kind of like pushing a button.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
So buttons exist to be pushed.
I
don't know.
I don't know. I have a hard time with that one.
Yeah, it's fair.
Is there any kind of help action in this game?
Helping is when you create an advantage for somebody, so it'd have to be your turn to
Okay.
start the help. You have to sort of start the help and then have
So
the
could
person
I
do it.
also create a new aspect?
You can.
All right. So I think one of the defining traits of Carrie is that she doesn't actually like she flies these planes, but she doesn't own the planes. So when she's borrowing a vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
that's sort of her go-to. She's not a part of the royal flush, so she'll always just take someone's plane. So like I don't know, grand theft vehicle or something like that.
I love that. Grand Theft Vehicle. Absolutely. All right. Do you want to add 2 or do you want to re-roll?
I'll add 2.
Great. So what is your number now?
Now it's a 1.
Ooh. Are you out of points?
I'm out of points.
Great. So I'm afraid 1 is not as good as 3. And so Alfred Berger dodges. And when you fail an attack roll, your attack fails and the GM makes a story move. I'm going to go ahead and bring a threat forward here. I think you managed to stop the ski mobile before it goes flying off the ski jump. But that weather... oh, by the way, it was a weather machine that Nikola Tesla started, in case you didn't notice by the weather picking up when he hit the switch.
I mean, I figured.
The storm picks up and finally reaches the ski jump. So all 5 of you, well, not all 5, yes, all 5 of you, because of Alfred, are now on the ski jump, but you're also in the middle of a blizzard. Carrie, who goes next?
Let's hit it over to Natasha.
Natasha, what do you do?
Okay, so we've all been bowled over in the blizzard.
You're
Kind
in
of
a
thing?
blizzard on a ski jump.
Okay. But we're all just kind of standing, right? Like,
Yeah.
we got
Well,
off
I mean, it's
the...
if you can get off as a free action, you can
Right.
stay sitting on the snowmobile. I don't know.
I wasn't sure if we were still on the snowmobile and, like, trying to hit Alfred or...
No, I
if
think
we
you've
jumped off.
gone past Alfred dodged as only a figure skater can, and I let, as a free action, the snowmobile stop before it went flying off the ski jump.
Okay.
Yep.
I think that what I'd like to do is I kind of want to use the blizzard to my advantage
Yeah.
and like sneak, like kind of like get behind Alfred or like confuse him or basically kind of like use the blizzard to like give myself an advantage in attacking him.
Okay, great. Let's
essentially.
do. We can roll to create an advantage, and the advantage can be to. Are we at the end of initiative right now?
I think so.
I think we are. So
I'm not
what we can
sure.
certainly do is, if you want to create an advantage that makes sense for you to be able to use and maybe not others, that's totally cool, because you could call for yourself to start the next one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we can totally create the advantage of like assassin's position or something right now. I will just set a difficulty, and you'll have to roll to create that advantage.
Okay.
All right. I
want it to be like Daughter of the Motherland or something. Like,
Oh,
I'm
Daughter of
used
the
to
Motherland.
cold.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm used to
Yes.
used to the cold.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
used to
setting a
blizzards.
difficulty for getting into the best position in the middle of a blizzard on a ski jump. I have set the difficulty.
And I just need to choose an approach.
You do. You have to choose an approach.
I think clever applies here.
I think that
That's
makes
smart.
sense. Sure.
on.
Because you're
Oh!
using the storm. Oh no! What's that noise?
It's a 1.
It's a 1 total.
Yeah.
Do you have any points left?
No. I spent all my fate points.
Okay. Well, what do you think? Well, it doesn't matter what you think. Well, the good news is, I don't think it's hard to sneak up on somebody in a blizzard. I set this at a 1, so you tie.
Okay.
I for some reason, I just don't see Natasha walking off the edge of a ski jump. I think Natasha is totally in her element right now. So you create an advantage. Tie. As succeed, but the GM makes a story move. So what's succeed? Oh, you discover it. Yeah. So we're going to create the aspect out of the motherland with 1 free use. Which means you'll essentially have a free fate point on your next turn.
Okay.
And I have to make a story move, though, before you get to choose yourself to go first.
Okay.
Story move. Ooh. Oh, okay. I got a good one. I'm going to set up an immediate danger. I think using the headlights of the snowmobile, Alfred will take his gun and aim at Carrie. So whatever happens next, if somebody fails, he gets to shoot Carrie.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
Who would you like to go first?
Me.
Great. What do you want to do?
I want to, having used the blizzard to my advantage, I want to attack Alfred. I want to
Yes.
I think I could just find a branch. There's a storms, a blizzard.
Yeah.
Right? And I just want to knock him right out, right across the head.
I love it. So what approach do you think hitting someone with a branch is?
Can I say it's sneaky because I'm sneaking up on him?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Unless you let me use clever again.
I don't think this is clever. I'm sorry. I gotta say. All right, let's see if he notices you.
Okay.
I'm rolling against you.
And this is a free use of my new aspect?
Yeah, so roll
I can
first.
Add 2? Okay.
Yeah, and see if you want to add 2 or reroll.
I do.
Or you do want to add 2.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Add 2, and what's your full number?
2.
2, great. And you're out of points.
Yep.
So I got a -1. You succeed with style.
Excellent.
And this person only had 1 hitbox left, so you knock the son of a out. Congratulations. Now, this adventure went a little later than I intended it to go, but we were having a lot of fun, and I wanted to let you get this guy. So you've successfully knocked out Alfred Berger. You've saved the Olympics. You convinced Thorleif that when he's done at the Olympics, he's got somewhere to go. We got great pictures of things. We had some bedroom fun. All sorts of success happened in this adventure. So we're going to jump straight to next time on. One of my favorite things, next time on. And I think everybody here knows how next time on works, right, Stephanie? Have we done this before?
Nope.
Oh, okay, great. Well, then I will explain it for everyone. So next time on is one of my favorite ways to end a one-shot. Essentially, as if this was a radio serial show, we're going to say, next time on Ace Adventure, and everyone is going to take turns and describe just a moment of a scene that could happen in a future Ace Adventure. It is going to have no weight whatsoever on our future adventures in this series. So it can be as non-linear and nonsensical as you want. It's just any moment involving your character that you want to give us the briefest glimpse of.
Okay.
Cool. Who has an idea? All right, Natalie.
I think you hear Ace say, "Let me teach you this cool new sport. I call it snowboarding."
Great. Love it. Who's next? Wes.
I can go next. Yeah, yes. I can go next. You hear it's just Jacque, and you just hear, "Ugh, if I knew we would have been in a sewer, I would have worn my galoshes."
Great. Brian.
Yes. So we're watching the Olympics, and France gets the medal for something, and Alouette and Carrie are there, and Carrie's celebrating with her, and there's like a quick kiss or something, and Jacque is there like, "Arr."
Okay, great. And finally, Natasha, Stephanie.
I think there's a very brief scene of some kind of party. It's outdoors, and in the background you see some famous building placing us in a well-known American city. Maybe in the background we see the Golden Gate Bridge or something.
Mm-hmm.
And at this party, and I think you see Natasha kind of make a sly glance out of her eye, and then just look away and keep walking, and then the camera cuts to Jacque going basically a repeat of the scene we had earlier, a different
I love
location.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Woo! And that is Ace Adventure versus the Many Deadly Lovers of Jacques Dumont. I want to thank everyone for watching tonight. I want to thank all my players for playing. I want to thank everyone who's backed the Kickstarter and will continue to back the Kickstarter later. And let's go around the tableau and have everyone drop their what's happenings. Okay? We'll go in the order that we went earlier. Let's start with Natalie. Natalie, what's happening?
Hi. Did you like watching this? Would you like to play Ace Adventure? If you'd like to, you can book with us at charmpersongames.com. We will run this game for you. Also, you can see me this coming Wednesday on Off the Table running Return to the Moonlight, a Glitter Hearts actual play. And you can see me every Monday on this channel playing Bridget in Gehenna Valley.
What about you, Stephanie? What's going on?
Did you like Ace Adventure? Would you like us to run it for you? We can run this. We can run a bunch of other games. We'll even learn games that you want to play and none of your friends know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
We'll learn it for you. Just tell us what it is. We can do that. charmpersongames.com. You can catch me here on Monday nights. I'll be playing Queen of the Fae in Gehenna Valley. And you can catch me not this coming Thursday because that's Thanksgiving and we're American and we don't do things on Thanksgiving except shop, apparently. But the week after, and at least the week after that, you can tune in on Thursdays to catch me running Witchburner.
Nice. Brian, what's going on?
As usual, if you're curious about any of the video games I've made or am developing, you can see all my work on my website, digitaldessert.com with 2 S's.
Nice. Wes, what's going on?
I've got a handful of things, so I'll just list them off as fast as I can. Tomorrow night, you can catch my stream, Carrying Comfort Studio, twitch.tv/Carrying Comfort Studios. We're playing Chapter 2 of Tell Me Why, a narrative-based game by Don't Nod Entertainment. That's exactly where my brain goes every time, Brian. It is just the Tell Me Why. It's a great heartfelt game. It's amazing. And then Sunday night is episode 3 of Iron City by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade V5 Chronicles set in Birmingham, Alabama. It's titled When I See the Devil. So it's going to be a great time. Go ahead and check that out. And then next Sunday, because there's regular stream stuff and all that good stuff like that coming up. But next Sunday, there's Carrie and Crash Course. And I'm not going to say the guests, they're mystery guests, but they're people that you are familiar with. But Carrie and Crash Course is a panel show. I already have 2 previous episodes. You can check it out on the YouTube right now. If you go to youtube.com, you look at Carrying Comfort Studios, you'll see we're talking about LARPing, and then we talked about horror and storytelling without borders. But this next episode coming up is about cultivating a community. It's about building a garden of, or like developing a community of people on the internet, especially in trying times of crisis, or just trying to play games or whatever. And I have some very special guests that I am not going to say until Monday, but you can check us out on Twitter.
Nice.
And then you can follow us on Twitter and then at Comfort Carrion, and then you'll see this very special guests that I will announce then, but it's going to be a great time. And all these things are happening at 7 p.m. Central.
Awesome. Thank you everybody so much for spending my birthday evening with us and Ace Adventure. I think I've already thanked you for all the things. Be sure to check out the links below and support Gehenna Gaming, who's helping us do this and is helping me with the Kickstarter even. Join the Discord and talk to us. Go in the shop and buy things. And tell me why. Great, that's it. Let's do the waving goodbye thing. Waving goodbye.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Brian!
Happy birthday, Brian!
Thank you.
Happy birthday!